Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 7?
7, yeah.
7 of the Forge
Great.
podcast. Today, we are not joined by varsity members. Instead, we're joined by some members here from the Smash Club on campus at Miami University, Semi and Lunar. So if you guys just want to go on through and introduce yourselves real quick for us, we appreciate it.
I am SemiStable. I am currently the secretary of the Smash Club, and
I'm Lunar, also known as LunarLight, and I'm currently the treasurer for the Miami Smash Club.
And not only are these people important members in our Smash Club, they also run the Leaky Weekly.
we do run we run the Leaky Weekly this week, or this year, because we currently have access to the space that Jake and Justin had last year. So it got handed down to us, and we should be doing that.
It's
this
like
week.
a passing of the torch.
Didn't it used to be in like a basement or something? That's why it's called leaky?
We were never there for that one because that was the year before we were here. So
Okay.
I remember Fur was describing it to me. It was the reason why it's called a Leaky Weekly is because the bathroom down there was apparently like disgusting and
It leaked.
yeah,
it leaked.
It leaked.
Yeah. Everyone's heard the story. So
And so like recently I was talking to one of my friends online about how good Smash players we have here, and they were trying to look up our tournaments on StarTG, and they're like, "Is your weekly called the Leaky Weekly?" And I'm like, "That's one of them."
That's one.
That's one of them.
Yeah, that's one. It's people kind of take it very it varies from person to person how seriously they take it. Whenever we have somebody out of town come in, it's always funny because they always come in like not really knowing what to expect, and they end up playing like their main, and they're going so try hard, and I sit down and I'm like, I'm playing Inkling today, you know. Like,
Bro, I remember Inkling on Ultimate Launch, bro. Inkling.
Everybody was hyping up.
Everyone's
Inkling
an
on
online
launch.
warrior with Inkling, bro. I mean, Inkling, not my name.
Inkling.
Inkling.
You can't see her when she dash dances. So
That's
she's
so true.
broken.
Because when everyone was trying to react, because
Yeah.
Smash 4, you could react to every button. So people were like, I'm going to react when they dash at me and I can see their button. And then you can't see her. She's just in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then people realized we have to play this game a lot more like, every other game because it's not as slow. So we have to like anticipate. So it doesn't matter as much.
Thank God Ultimate is not as slow as Smash 4. I swear, if we had 2 stocks running and it would still take 8 minutes for a game to finish, I would hurt myself.
I had a good time playing Smash 4 at the.
I had a good time playing Smash 4, but that's only because we did it in like for 30 minutes in like small dosage of just like fucking around.
Yeah, it was when we brought it out at Club, the Smash 4 setups. It was like it was kind of whiplash. I forgot how the game felt. Like it feels weird, right?
Yeah.
It felt so foreign, but like the character select screen gave me so much nostalgia.
I forgot I could just mash shield whenever I want to.
Well, now Lunar, whenever we play like friendlies in a dorm, Lunar will pick Bowser and start dash shielding, and I genuinely don't know how to deal with it. It's really frustrating.
The most annoying thing when I played Smash 4, because I didn't have any of the DLC when I played it as a kid.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, oh, I play FGC characters in Ultimate. I can play Ryu and be fine.
He's weird.
There's no auto turn.
Yeah, he's
and it
weird.
completely fucked with me because I'm like, huh?
He's really strange.
And I was like trying to do inputs and it would just be the opposite side. I wanted it half the time. Or
You just do a Tatsu instead of your
Yes.
fireball. Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck is this? This isn't.
It's been almost 10. It's almost 10 years since Smash 4? Because that was like 2014,
Yeah,
right?
it would be 2014. So it's almost been 10-year anniversary since Smash 4.
I'm so glad that game died.
The first and only time I went back to Smash 4, I had the 3DS copy, and this was before I was in the Ultimate scene. And I remember thinking, I was like probably in high school at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna pick up Smash 4 for like a few days on my 3DS, and I didn't know about any of the DLC. I didn't realize they had DLC for the game, so I booted up online for Smash 4. And I think my first match was against Cloud, and I was, who is this guy? And, as somebody who didn't play the game, I got
shit
wiped.
stomped.
Yeah.
Same thing with me, except it was Ryu that shit stomped me.
Mr. Uptilt.
Mr. Uptilt. I mean, so we're kind of like off the Smash 4. How did you guys get started, I guess, is kind of like my question. Because we started with talking about Smash 4, but how did you guys get into Smash? Was it Ultimate? Was it like Brawl?
We have completely different stories. I can go first. I played Brawl back when I was a kid with my brother a lot, and then like I never got a Wii U like most people, so I kind of fell off. My brother had the 3DS copy, and I wasn't really interested, so I never got Smash 4. I would play it on his 3DS, and I'd play Toon Link, because I thought it was super fun, and I still do. Like after playing Toon Link again, that character's awesome.
Really?
But Smash 4 Toon Link is
Smash 4
Smash
Toon Link.
4.
Okay,
Smash 4
sorry.
Toon Link
Not
is
Ultimate.
really fun.
Not Ultimate. That's a different story.
I was thinking Ultimate Toon
Oh
Link.
yeah, Ultimate
and I
Toon
was
Link's like a little bit different. He's kind of similar, but in Smash 4, I like Toon Link a lot. But when it came to Ultimate, I remember being super hyped for the release. And then when the game came out, I was like, I'm gonna wait to play it until like I can sit down for a couple hours. I didn't have a Switch at the time, but everyone at our school would like they'd bring their Switches into school, and then like at lunch we would all play Smash. So it would be
those are the best.
it would be four of us with single Joy-Con sitting around the thing. I played Fox because I wanted to play someone fast, so I played Fox for a while.
And that did not last, clearly.
No, I went through a whole cycle of characters, but I remember when the game came out, I used to make fun of my brother because my brother played Ridley, and I thought Ridley was super annoying and stupid. And so I would make fun of him, and he would be like, no, you don't understand how hard I have to work, and I would always make fun of him for it.
The irony.
Yeah. This is items Ridley, but so over time, I just got into the game more and more. I kind of got obsessed with the game to the point, like, all I would think about was Smash, even though I didn't have a Switch. So eventually it got to the point where I think it was like Christmas or my birthday or something like that. My parents got me a Switch with the game because they knew I liked it. And I just grinded the hell out of it all the time. I was terrible. I thought I told my friends before I got the game, I was like, I'm going to get every character to Elite Smash, like week one. I think my Falcon was at like 100,000 GSP or some astronomically low number for a while.
I have my main at like 200,000 right now. So
yeah.
Part of that is just because Switch Online is so dog shit.
It's so bad, and But like the worst thing you can do, and what I did, and like if you ever like pick up the game or something, never do this. Never play every character online at once, because the thing is, when I actually eventually wanted to go get all my characters to Elite, they were all stuck at 3 million permanently. So the amount of time it took me to do that on Ultimate Wi-Fi for hours.
Hell.
All you got to do is wait like 5 years for the Ultimate service to get shut down, and the fans will make actually good online for the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's what's going to happen with Smash 4.
The thing is,
because of the servers,
it's
already like mods.
It's already kind of happening with Ultimate with the new like online rank thing that's been going.
Smash Bros. I see people tweet about Smash Bros. And they're like, "It's so much better." I'm like, "You're still playing."
It's still through online. It's
Ultimate
just like,
Wi-Fi.
But you're like connecting with people who like actually are serious about the game. So they're probably going to be on LAN, which will be a little bit better.
True.
But it's still Ultimate like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's Ultimate Wi-Fi. And also, it's weird because they're not letting, at least at this current moment, the Smash Bros. Is being really weird. I tried to sign up. I know it's technically closed beta, but I don't know how to get into the closed beta since I kind of wanted to try it.
I mean, I know Ferb ended up getting into it, right?
Yeah, Ferb's in it.
He got like rank 11 or something at some point.
Something like that. He got like a win on Wrath or something like that.
Damn.
So
You just have to be friends with the top player and hope you're good enough friends with them that you get a random DM on Twitter one day.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much the only way you get in.
Fun. But so you said complete opposite. So Lunar, how did you kind of get into Smash?
So before Smash, I didn't even play the game. Before coming to Miami, I was like arguably one of the best Pokemon players for the trading card game in Ohio.
I may or may not have heard some of this story before, but I want to hear it all.
Yeah, so we'll get to that later. But I got convinced by the Miami Pokemon Club that they have actual trading card game scene here.
No,
that is not true at all.
They have trading cards, but it's just Magic and
But so I show up to that club and I'm like, well, that's a gone plan.
Yeah.
And then on the first week for freshmen, you guys arrive earlier, and they had Smash setups in the esports lounge Friday night. And I'm like, well, I guess I unlocked all the characters like 3 years ago. I guess I could play. And then I just kind of got my controller. I ordered a new GameCube controller and then just came to Smash Club, and that's how I started. I don't even have a Switch Online membership. I think only.
Good. Don't do that to yourself.
I think my Steve is only in Elite Smash. like like when I first played the game to unlock the characters, my Pokemon trainer is at like 1 million GSP maybe. And that's about it.
That's crazy.
The only reason I have Switch Online is because I played Dragon Ball Fighters on my Switch.
Yeah.
Wait,
on your Switch?
on my Switch.
Wait, hold on. I had to register that for a second.
You have an Xbox.
Well, so you see, I had started playing Dragon Ball Fighters on my Switch because I wasn't sure how serious I want to take it. It was my first fighting game, and it was really cheap on Switch. I could play it in my room whenever I wanted because I had my Switch set up in my room. My Xbox was in my basement, so I couldn't really easily do that, and it's convenient.
It is convenient.
Also, I had like a Switch gift card that for like $20 or whatever, so it was enough to get the game and like some of the base DLC with it. And in turn, I have since grinded up to, I think I'm Super Saiyan, or no, I'm Pride Trooper on.
Remind me what the ranks are, because I've never.
That's like 14 million.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's like what percentage is that? Like top 2%?
Probably like top 5 to top 10, somewhere in that range. But the thing is, it's also Switch, so I'm not sure how that like correlates.
It's about the same, I would assume.
Yeah, and then I've gone to like only 2 actual offline tournaments, but I have like over 500 hours in Dragon Ball, and I'm really disappointed that I'm not able to use those skills at all anymore because that game is fucking dead.
Yeah, no rollback.
And I'm so sad because
it's been like 2 years since that rollback. Oh no, it's been like 1.
No, it's close to 2 at this point.
Is it really? I thought it was Evo 2022.
The thing is, they had given like a slight hint to it around the same time that Lab Coat got released.
Oh.
And
so it's been really long.
It's been like a year and a half since Lab Coat got released. So we're.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's not long for a rollback?
Yeah.
Apparently,
it took Rivals like a year to get rollback.
I saw a weird tweet the other day about Dragon Ball rollback, about how like it's pretty much done, like it's in the code or something like that.
Hopefully, I haven't.
I didn't look into the tweet, so maybe I'm just wrong.
The thing is, also apparently there's supposed to be more content possibly coming to the game here soon, which I've heard from like weird sources / YouTube bullshit. Because everybody's like theorizing because they're like, I think there was one thing mentioned during like the Xenoverse like announcement or some shit the other day.
Really?
Yeah, like a month ago. And there was like something about Dragon Ball Fighters in there, and they were like, oh, maybe new content. And I'm just like, I don't buy it because.
So I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But it's not impossible because the thing we're seeing, at least with ArcSys games right now, they are doing a bunch of updated versions of older games
Which
currently, because you can see upcoming it'll be a month from today or a month from now is Granblue is getting that new version.
The Granblue.
And then January you have Undernight, and they're just re-releasing these old versions.
I forgot that there was the Uni stuff coming up.
Yeah, the Uni stuff too.
I forgot about that. But I might get into Uni because of that, because I've looked into the game before and it looks fun.
Uni was my first fighting game. Well, technically. After Smash, where I really dove into the scene.
I don't count Smash.
No, but I'm saying like when I was in middle school, I played Street Fighter 4. I played a bunch of Street Fighter 4 for a little while, and then but that was like before I like took anything like super seriously. It was after Smash. Uni was my first fighting game. So
I know right now Strive is my main thing. That's what I'm cracked up on.
I might give it another try.
It's so fun, man.
I
know that you were saying that it's like crack cocaine or something along those lines.
It's crack cocaine. You're watching it, and the mix is 6 different directions, and then they have meter, and then they get 6-way mix again.
Have you still watched Evo Grands yet?
I haven't. I like gave up the second that you told me Leffen won with Happy Chaos. I didn't even care anymore.
He played well. I don't care what people say. I watched that. He played well.
I don't care if he played well. I just hate Happy Chaos.
Didn't he cheese with the character he got cheesed with the year before?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. He should have won the year before too. That's the funny part.
Well, the thing is, he was playing Zato last year. Let's not make it sound like he was some upstanding guy for his character selection last year either, okay? He played 2 top tiers both years, and one year just got screwed by the other top tier that he then went back to play the next year, and then complained after that top tier got nerfed and received something called damage scaling in a fighting game. Whoa, that's crazy.
He'll always be the EU melee goat though.
The thing is, I play Anji, the fan man.
Oh damn,
so
you got it rough.
I got it rough right now.
Yeah. Didn't you get nerfed? You were like bottom 1.
Yeah,
then you
I got
nerfed.
nerfed. Well, half nerfed, half buff, but it's not good right now. We're struggling out
Aji
here.
boys, it's looking rough.
It is. But hopefully we can make a turnaround at Miami Evo. You know, hopefully.
I'll watch some Strive at Miamiville. If I was to get back into the game, and Lunar's probably been seeing me watch this character a lot because I've been looking to get back into it. I've been watching a ton of Bridget.
Oh, Brisket's so fun.
She's so cool.
Yeah. No, she genuinely has some of the coolest mix in the game.
The setups.
The setups are so good.
It's so cool looking.
And I just want to say, for as much as you say that Guilty Gear is crack cocaine for the mix-up, you ain't seen Dragon Ball mix-ups, have you?
I have.
Have you?
Where like they teleport behind you, but then they're kind of still in the front, and then they hit low.
Oh, you're talking about Maurice? No, season 2 mix-ups were, like snapping for like team games.
Yeah. I just started getting into Marvel actually.
Yeah.
So.
There's meaty 50-50 high-low mix off of Snap-In, which doesn't cost meter. Which doesn't cost meter depending on the routing that you take. And then on top of that, depending on the character, you can then convert that directly into another 50-50.
Yippee.
And that worked on every character in the game. Not
Imagine
even
doing
just
that.
the tall characters. It worked on the fucking tiny boys too.
Imagine doing that and then shaking your opponent's hand.
Well, the thing is, everyone did it.
It's so funny.
And it was genuinely the funniest shit because some of the most hype moments come from literally just somebody guessing right multiple times in a row in that game.
Fighting games, though. Lunar and I watch Marvel all the time in the dorm.
Oh, I love Marvel.
Sometimes we'll watch something and it'll be like, GG, shake my hand.
I love it when it's Zero May Cry and they kill the first member and now there's 70 hitboxes on the screen and then they survive. How'd they do that?
We found a clip last night from
It was Evo Grand.
It was Evo Grands. It was I think it was Evasion
versus J-Bro.
J-Bro. Yeah, it was J-Bro.
Blocked everything.
Yeah,
and
so
still got hit.
Evasion I forget what the situation was. It was like Evasion had incoming or something like that.
What team does Evasion play again?
It was Zero May Cry Ditto.
Oh, it was the
It was a Zero May Cry Ditto.
Okay.
So Evasion had incoming, and so J-Bro comes in, and there's like Evasion just fills the entire screen with like 80 hitboxes. J-Bro blocks the whole thing.
Lightning, fireball, fucking dash slash.
It was like giant pillars all over the screen. It was crazy.
And then he still got hit.
After having lost.
There's this really funny thing that you can do in Marvel that I saw recently, where if you're playing Hagar, you can cancel pipe into any of his command grabs.
Is that that's the one where into command grab?
Into command grab. Because technically pipe is a command normal, so it can be canceled on whiff or hit into any special.
Yeah, I know that's the setup where they do the bonk into the slide and they miss the pipe.
No,
but
you
like
don't
they can
even
also do it into.
No, you literally, as the pipe is coming down, you stop using the pipe and fucking grab them.
What a mix!
And it's the dirtiest incoming mix I've ever seen in my fucking life because you're like, I can't press buttons. I'm gonna fuck.
I love those Potemkin clips of them running up doing like what do you call it? I forget.
Garuda or Popbuster?
Popbuster, and then they just cancel it, and they do Heavenly Popbuster, and then the person jumps to get away from the Popbuster.
Yeah.
It's actually animal behavior.
Fighting games are just a special thing, man. I also heard something recently about a Kirby fighting game that somebody here may have indulged into.
I finally played it because Ferb and Lunar won't shut up about it, and they go, "You'll love the game, and you'll love how it works." And I don't know what they.
It's not good.
It's not good.
it's a party game that's also a fighting game.
Which you're talking about Kirby Fighters 2 or
Kirby Fighters 2.
Okay.
Because
it's not good.
Trae had brought it up to me about how there was supposed to be like some side bracket at one of the Smash and Honors. I'm like, what game is this?
Kirby
What
Fighters
fighting
2.
game is this?
Yeah.
And he was like describing it to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So you can tell it's just like, it's weird because it's like Smash, but it has like.
It has Smash-esque mechanics.
Yeah, you can SDI.
The SDI is really,
but it's like really, it's really strong. Like if you don't,
like two inputs, you're out.
What?
It's really strong SDI, and I didn't realize it until we started playing, and I
Like we popped out of everything.
it was like literally every move. Every move that was a multi-hit is just like they would go flying.
Kazuya mains are trembling.
You can't even SDI Kazuya stuff. Right?
No,
you just die.
You just
can't.
mix up DI.
The thing is, people were like, "Oh, you can just mix up DI." The thing is, the Kazuya can see which way you mix the DI and can just react. Which, if I like really ever wanted to like take the time to like fully commit to Smash, I would just learn Kazuya.
It seems easy, right?
It's
Real.
Yeah.
You win off like one hit.
It's
Just
so
learn
easy.
how to electric. You win games.
Well, then you couldn't play him in tournaments though.
You
Yeah, 'cause it's
could.
third party.
Ooh, not
He's
anymore.
Oh,
Not anymore.
wait, hold
Character.
on.
Not anymore.
We need to go through the entire. 'cause I don't fully.
let's talk about this
I
now
d-
because
don't fully understand all of the rules.
So-
because I understand the
Hey,
tournament
your main,
like entry
your main's
rules.
gone. And
but
your main's gone.
how
My main's been gone.
how do, how do the
Not a
third
big
what
house.
is what is all this third party shit?
Okay,
What is happening?
So, as of yesterday, as of the day of this recording, it was yesterday. It started in Japan. We thought it was just Japan community guidelines for tournaments.
Then
Initially.
Europe got
and then
it.
Europe got it, and then we're like, okay, US is gonna get this too. Nintendo has released a bunch of tournament guidelines, like community guidelines, that we have to follow under their IPs. This covers a bunch of games, like it'll cover Splatoon, it covers stuff like ARMS, but it also includes Smash, which I think was the intended audience and is very clearly the intended audience.
Pokemon's not impacted. 'Cause they're a
Pokemon's not
separate company.
That's Game
Because-
Freak.
Game
Yeah.
Freak. Yeah.
No, because Pokemon tournaments are ran by a separate company.
Yeah.
And they have their own circuits, so they can do whatever they want.
Which the Pokemon tournaments are fucked in their own ways, but
Yeah.
that's a different topic.
Relatively, they're fine.
Relatively, compared to Smash, they're fine, but compared to a lot of other tournaments, it's not ideal, I guess, especially with how often like the formats change. That's the most annoying thing. Like whenever I've watched like any VGC content, they're like, "Well, shit, the format just changed again. And I have no clue what's happening."
Every TCG,
Every
VGC
Or TCG
just
too.
has formats that change. It's just how they work simply.
Games get
Rotating
updated.
cycles.
It's like adding a new DLC character that changes the meta. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all.
That's how trading card games make money.
Steve wasn't the only thing that changed the meta. There was a bunch of different, like
Yeah.
all the DLC. That's what wildly shifted it. But yeah,
All right, sorry, I completely
No,
like,
you're
diverted
all
that.
good.
Let's go back.
The community guidelines essentially say that tournaments not licensed by Nintendo can have a max of 200 entrants on offline, 200 entrants offline, and then 300 entrants online. And there's so many different guidelines with this. You have to get licensed by Nintendo to bypass these, but you still have to follow some of them.
It's like a $13
So-
registration.
Yeah, the
free
15
cap.
you can't-
15.
It's $15 to $20 for registration cap. You have to not be making a profit.
So it has to be net zero.
So yeah, you have to net zero. Otherwise, you have to pay out the money you actually made from the tournament back to the spectators,
And
which is
weird.
weird because we're already not making money.
We're already
and there's
negative.
no cash
Yeah.
prizes. You can't do.
You can do
Oh, you
cash
can?
prizes. The problem with the cash prizes is it's every over a 12-month period, so a year. You can only
10K.
it's 10K is the max.
The TO can only give out
So
10K.
so let's say you're doing Coinbox.
Oh, they're doing what Capcom did.
yeah. Remember Capcom got immediately.
They're doing this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Nintendo's not going to care. Capcom cares
Capcom
because they
cared.
like, care about their tournament stuff, but Nintendo doesn't.
Capcom went back on this immediately.
oh,
but
we might be fucked.
Yeah, there's a bunch of problems with this. It's not all bad news. We got some good news today, but so stuff like Coinbox is immediately a problem.
it breaks every rule.
Because it breaks every rule.
Yeah.
Coinbox mainly is fucked, but Coinbox also might be fine.
Yeah.
Well, they're just gonna keep writing it. until
There's
Nintendo-
also like, how would they enforce this, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's the precautions here?
I mean, the thing is, as long as if it's because the thing is, the only tournaments that are consistently going to be giving out more than 10K a year
Majors.
are majors or
Coinbox.
large weeklies online, i.e. Coinbox, which
Yeah.
is well known to Nintendo, I would have to assume, because they're fucking
definitely know about
blasted
it.
everywhere. So they're just going to know what's happening and just target them. On top of that, like think about like VGC Bootcamp and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was some weird thing. I don't remember what it exactly was, but there was stuff targeting VGC boot camp, and there was also stuff targeting like not being able to be sponsored. You can't sell food in the venues. You can't have sponsored players also, which is another
Weird.
Wait, so
Was it the tournament can't have a sponsor?
Tournament can't have a sponsor,
No.
and players
So like
can't.
LACS5 couldn't have been a thing because they're sponsored by Toyota.
yeah, you can't do that.
Damn.
Coinbox technically can't exist either.
Remember when we were sponsored by like Papa John's and stuff like that?
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Well, Coinbox is sponsored by Coinbase, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Coinbase, you can't do that.
and you can't have like. So if I were to like say that I'm sponsored by Miami, I would
No.
not.
You would be in trouble.
That's the other problem is we have to figure out
How does
how
varsity-
does collegiate work,
Yeah,
if it
'cause-
does.
if at all, because now we're in a situation where technically a bunch of these collegiate programs are just breaking the rules immediately, and a lot of Smash players and a lot of Smash TOs are just gonna let it rock and see,
They're calling the bluff.
yeah, well, let's
What are
call
they
the bluff.
The thing is, a
Fuck
lot
around,
of these,
find out. You know,
a lot of these smaller weeklies are going to be able to get away with it, and even some of the more like mid-sized weeklies are going to be able to get away with it. Like I
Yeah.
think like the stuff around here, like Glitch, DSQ, right?
yeah.
I think
DSE?
or DSC. Sorry,
Should all be fine.
I think those should be fine because they're not like large enough to really like warrant.
we wouldn't get attention.
They're all
yeah.
also typically net zero and or very minimal profit
Very
events.
minimal profit. The one thing I heard Momsa was concerned about was the food and drink vendors, but I don't know
There
if
seems like a lot of workarounds where you're in a store that sells it, but it's not the tournament.
yeah.
that
I
stores
don't
it.
think
Like problem solved, I guess.
she's not making a profit from it, so I don't see how this affects us.
Because we're not selling the food to stores, and we're just in the store. It'd be the same
Yeah,
thing
like-
as like Riptide sells food.
Yeah.
We're at
That's what I was
Riptide. We could buy food from Kalahari, but that's not the actual tournament organizers, so therefore it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And also on the bright side, so Japan, they already have the licensing process up, and then one of the Japanese majors already got their license done in like a couple
Yeah,
hours.
it was Sumabato, right?
Yeah.
Sumabato has the next 10 editions already licensed.
Yeah,
Wow.
so they can
So-
do whatever they want now, basically.
But the problem is we have no confirmation on Melee or whether Melee will ever be offered.
that's Melee might just be dead.
Melee
Melee, they're just gonna-
Melee will never die.
Melee,
well,
they have enough
large-
endurance to keep
large
going.
Before these
size,
tournament guidelines were out, I think Melee was in a better state than Ultimate was.
large size
Yeah.
Melee might die.
Yeah, large scale Melee might be a problem.
I'm not
But-
saying there'll still be weeklies and stuff like that that'll run for Melee because Melee truly will never die as a game. However, the large scale stuff, like you won't be seeing a big house for Melee
Potentially.
unless
Well, I think they're gonna still try to do it, but when they start getting C and Ds, it's gonna all just go down to like. weeklies.
This is the concern: is will people spend the money to travel to something
that may or may not happen.
that may or may not happen? Because
Yeah.
I was thinking, because next year Riptide, what are we gonna do?
if it
'Cause
doesn't get licensed.
if it doesn't get licensed, let's assume every player. How do I word this? Every player has to make the decision whether or not to go to Riptide or like
Any event.
any event. You have to basically be like, well, how much money am I putting down? Am I putting down like $400?
Am I gonna?
Am I ever gonna make that back if the event just doesn't happen? If
Yeah.
Nintendo shuts that down, are they gonna refund me, or is that money go to like where is this
Yeah.
going?
Now there is a universe where, let's say, like next week, licensing process comes out, and then every TO applies, and then they all get licensed, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
Problem solved. If that's a universe that happens,
maybe.
Who knows?
But who knows? Because we're also talking about Nintendo, who's notorious for trying to screw over the tournament scenes.
Yeah, we
Which-
have no idea what'll
So,
happen.
like, what's the next big major coming up other than Genesis 10 or anything?
Port
between-
priority.
Port
Port priority's
Ooh.
fine.
Port priority does.
But
Did
they
they
had
get-
announced
happen
prior.
They also happen before because these rules set in place November 15th. Port priority happens the 11th.
Wow.
Oh,
They
and then-
barely scraped
so-
by on that.
Has Genesis 10 made a statement about?
I think they're licensed.
Genesis 10,
they
even if
already
it
licensed?
wasn't licensed, it already was announced, so they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Even,
because
even if it's happening in like February?
Yeah,
They-
because it's announced
Yeah.
before the guidelines came out, they're fine.
Okay.
they
that
had
how it
said
works?
anything
Yeah.
announced prior to
I
the
thought it was just it was
guidelines
happening before.
would be fine. Basically, if you had announced your tournaments prior to the guidelines being announced,
You're good.
you're good.
Some
However,
teams might start.
If you announce now,
You have to.
you still have to follow the rules unless you can get your tournament set up before the
Interesting.
15th.
Another
That's
thing
interesting.
about it is that so the current guidelines we have is the community tournament guidelines, which would be your stuff like locals, We don't. They said there'd be a commercial guidelines for stuff like your Genesises and your Riptides and your
Did
big
they?
houses. That isn't released yet. That might release, and it basically says you guys are good to go. We don't know either.
Maybe.
So
There's weird stuff going on. I don't know.
Well, didn't I feel like I saw something on Twitter where it should be easier to get licenses now, so it might not be as big of a deal.
Japan got it in a day, but also Japan's been a lot prompter on it. So
Yeah.
We have no idea. We also have no idea whether, because is Nintendo, is it okay? So there are two possible outcomes of this. It's either Nintendo is completely trying to shut us down, or Nintendo is trying to have
some more control over.
some more control to the extent of how Capcom does things. You know what I mean? Where
But the thing is, how Capcom does things is that they have a full league. They put in their own cash prizes for things. They actively support the tournament scene. We haven't seen any of that activity
that's what
with
I'm saying.
Nintendo.
We haven't seen anything, but is this a step in that direction? Or I don't think so.
because
I don't think so,
well,
because
It's been very poorly done. If it is,
Yeah, it's very not well communicated if that's
This-
the intention.
There's a chance they could be doing this because they're like, hey, we want to start doing our own tournaments. We want people to be like, oh, we can't make our own as easily. Let's just go to the Nintendo ones. But like that'd be kind of a stupid reason. I don't know.
The thing is with like CPT, Capcom Pro Tour,
Yeah.
back when that was first getting set up, back with Street Fighter 4.
Is that how long ago that was? Wow.
It was it was like the end of Street
I
Fighter
don't
4
remember when it
lifespan to the
happened.
start of Street Fighter 5, somewhere in that
Yeah.
range. Capcom had started wanting to try and, kind of regulate the pro scene and start putting their own money towards tournaments. And kind of just make sure that everything's being done properly on across the board. And they also are receiving monetary benefits
Yeah.
for the tournaments because, it's Street Fighter.
They want
Everybody
their game.
Yeah. So basically, they had started integrating very slowly, where they basically had made like the announcement for the league and had slowly like sponsoring tournaments. And then after that, we had the infamous Capcom announcement, which then got turned around within like 24 hours because the
They knew they
community
messed up.
fucking roasted them for it and was just like, don't do this. You're going to kill us all. So they canceled all of that basically. And then ever since, basically, TOs can, like, if you run an event of like a certain size, basically, you can get your way into like the Capcom Pro Tour after like a certain like.
There was that one in Singapore literally last weekend.
Mm-hmm. I think it's after like a year or two of that running and showing like consistent numbers or something like that you can apply, and Capcom will monetarily back you and actually like put their branding on it and saying that this can earn you points towards like their big tournament in the end.
It's very similar to how Smash World Tour worked, or the Panda Cup, or a lot of that stuff, for those of you more familiar with how that history worked.
Yeah. So I doubt that Nintendo's going to do anything along those lines, just because we haven't seen that like history from them, and we've seen them actively trying to shut down the scene more than help it.
They also did just shut down Smash World Tour, so like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I doubt they do like a tour thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how, from what we're hearing from people on the inside, is this has been a long time coming, and this has been coming since the whole Panda thing.
Which it completely makes sense.
Yeah, it checks out, because we heard last year that, who was it? Dr. Allen, was saying that a lot of this stuff was going to get shut down next year. And we I think we heard that, and we were just kind of like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? And now
I had some vague believings of it, but the thing is also I was so caught up in how shitty Panda was with all of that I like didn't really pay that much attention to those warnings, because I was just like, damn, I hate you. You just shut down the single biggest tournament like that would have happened for Smash Ultimate since Evo.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Just took that away from the community at the peak of some of these players' like performance, because that was also the same year that we were seeing like
Things
we were
getting
seeing
exciting.
so many players just popping up and just kind of just becoming good out of kind of nowhere.
It was an exciting year, and all the
Steves, Spargo.
And also,
Steve
Those are the same
Spargo. We saw Light kind of coming into his own. Cola.
that was the same year.
Um,
AMSA
Alms
So it came
for
out.
Melee.
for
True,
Melee.
Yeah, it was
And
Amsa's
then
year.
Scuffed World Tour, Amsa did end up winning after one big house. I think he won did he win like 3 majors that year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
something like
back to
that.
back. I
It was
remember
ranked
people
second.
saying, I'm sick of Amsa winning. And I was like,
I
it's been
want,
happening
like-
for like 3 months, man.
I want like a
Relax.
Marth. I'm
We
tired of
say
Yoshi.
we're talking about a Yoshi
Yeah,
player.
dude,
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I want
I
to see him
want-
win more.
I want Fox to win. Ah, yes. Let's see another Fox win in a major because
Let's
I'm
see
sure
another-
Melee's never seen that.
Fox Falco Grands.
Surprisingly rare, actually. Fox winning a major is surprisingly rare.
Well, didn't Cody just win? Big
Cody
House?
did just win Big House, but
in recent times, it's been less and less common.
yeah.
It's still
They
common.
they
He's still
mentioned
the
it
best-
after he won. They were like, this is the first time in a while that a Fox has won a major.
Yeah.
He's still the best character in the game, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
he's like 6 out of
Well,
8 of top
what-
8 though.
Oh, because Plop won Riptide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
So-
go, my goat.
there wasn't
And
even
then Zane won Super Smash Con.
there wasn't even a Fox and Grands of either of those events.
Yeah.
So when you were saying, what's happening with the third party stuff though?
I don't know.
So
'Cause-
my assumption,
Go ahead.
we're
Go
looking at it very wrong, but it's really funny to look at it this way.
So what got said about third party
So
stuff?
the thing that's got said about third parties is we hype what they're trying to say we can't do is we can't run an event and call it Final Fantasy Smash Bros. Showdown. That's what they're trying to say,
Yeah,
and we can't make the logo just.
we
Cloud
can't make
Strike.
it Super Smash Con because
Well, that's a different thing, but this one we can't just say
Okay.
Final Fantasy fighting game event, only Cloud, Sephiroth, etc. are legal. That's not allowed because we're calling it a Final Fantasy fighting event.
So
But the characters are already in the game and already licensed. So we're fine on that aspect. We might get in trouble streaming wise. Like we got in trouble before for like Hollow Bastion and the music, or like Northern Cave sometimes.
but that's probably DMCA.
But that was just like
That's
that was just,
DMCA.
Yeah.
that was just like auto DMCA.
That's That's
So,
not
like,
because of Smash.
that was
the
Square.
characters should be
Yeah,
fine.
that's Square Enix just being.
There's
dicks.
a universe where like they accidentally DMCA us again, and then we're like, well, no Hollow Bastion this week.
Yeah.
But that's it, really.
The thing is, the issue won't be the characters, which that I was
characters
gonna
are
be
still
like, what do you
legal.
mean by characters? Huh?
Oh, it was
What?
so funny though.
It's
I,
really funny to say they're not going to be legal, but they're definitely still legal.
Yeah.
I was so excited to talk about how Sephiroth's finally gone. You know, yippee.
We almost finally got
Hey.
Steve.
I know you're a
back on board.
Sephiroth
Hey.
main, but
I like
sorry,
Sephiroth too.
I hate that. Wait, am I 3-on-1 here?
What?
Wait, what's
No,
your
he
opinion on
doesn't play
Sephiroth?
I
Sephiroth.
used to play Sephiroth, but I think it's fine. It's not. I don't hate him.
I like you know
He's
I-
fine.
You know I dabble in Sephiroth.
He's fine.
I know.
I'm not gonna say he's not good because he's a good character.
He's like
However,
top 20.
there's people that are
Top 5.
No,
No way.
That's
Top
cap.
5.
That's
Ban
cap as
Sephiroth.
hell.
Who's your top 5 then? Who's your top 5?
He's my top 5.
Who's yeah?
Like unironically, or do you want me to put Sephiroth on the list?
Unironically.
Unironically, it's definitely like Steve, Kazuya, Sonic.
Sonic? Wait, really?
Yeah, Sonic's
I
I
agree.
mean, Sonic's like
I agree with those
Really?
three.
really good.
I want to hear
Steve, Kazuya, Sonic.
I've
I'm
seen
not.
those
These are
Sonic.
not ordered, by the way.
Yeah.
That's too hard. Joker. Sorry, Biznut. Number 5's hard. I'd go Rob.
That's
Okay,
what I was gonna say too.
almost,
I was
I
gonna say-
almost completely agree with you. The only thing is, instead of Joker, I would put Pika.
No, that's a meme.
No, it's not because
Pika's a meme.
part of it
That character's
is,
mid as hell.
part of it's because I'm just biased as hell and I hate the character. Because
You play Sephiroth. Of course you hate Pikachu.
no, not even even when I play Cloud, I just don't know how to play against Pika. I just find him annoying as hell because his hitbox changes so often that I don't know
You
what
said
I'm
over
swinging at.
Joker? Was Pika?
I would switch Joker. Yeah.
Joker's just as bad with the hitbox. He does forward air and he hits the ground and he turns like
when
he
he dashes,
goes on a diagonal.
when he dashes, he's alive.
It's not as bad as Pika though, because Pika just becomes a fucking pancake attached to the ground.
becomes a flat line versus Joker becomes like a small rectangle.
Joker's a right triangle.
Yeah.
You know?
Thing is, I also play Joker some, so I'm also biased
I
on
was
that.
biased. Oh no, I can't at my forward air.
You're going to play for the Halloween bracket.
I was gonna play Joker. I had Joker for the Halloween bracket, and then just didn't show up.
I had Pika.
You had Pika? I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't go, but I had Mewtwo.
Mm.
I had Mewtwo for Melee, and that wouldn't have gone well.
I had
Who did I have?
Peach.
From? I had
Peach is
Falco
difficult.
for melee, and I didn't do that.
Who did you have for the Halloween
I
bracket?
had Peach for Ultimate, and Peach, I was playing Peach. My first 3 rounds, I'm like able to play
got
her,
good
and I
Peach.
got to my 4th round, and I'm like, man, all these float cancel backers are just back airs. They're just jump back air. And then I got Ness in Melee. That character, what does he do?
Ness in Melee is awful.
He's so sad.
I just,
Isn't he like bottom 10?
he's like bottom 3.
Yeah.
You
Or
should have done the
bottom
Thunder
3.
Jacket.
I don't know how to do that.
You should.
I don't think he's bottom 3. I think isn't bottom 3's like Ganon, Kirby, Bowser.
No,
I'm not sure.
Ganon's
No,
good.
Ganon?
Ganon's good.
Really?
He's
Ganon's a big tier.
Ganon's actually like
Ganon got
viable-ish.
Okay,
Ganon's
maybe I'm just
the
stupid.
same as
I don't-
Donkey Kong.
I don't
That's
know
a
who-
topic.
I don't know who'd be there. Kirby,
Donkey Kong or
Bowser.
Ganon, but
Maybe it's Ness.
it's definitely like Kirby, Nash,
Kirby and Bowser.
Kirby,
Kirby,
Pichu,
Bowser.
Bowser.
Kirby, Pichu, Bowser.
Kirby,
There we go.
Pichu, Bowser are bottom
Kirby,
3.
Pichu,
Yeah.
Bowser.
I'm gonna check the tier list right now.
Which-
I'm curious.
That's good guess.
I'm right. Bowser, bottom 1.
Bowser's worse.
Then Kirby,
Bowser
then
bottom
Pichu.
one.
Then Pichu.
Yeah.
That's
and
my
then
guess.
Ness.
Yep.
And then fourth
Yeah.
worst
Fourth worst?
is Ness.
It's Zelda.
No, because
No,
Bowser,
it's Ness.
Kirby, Pichu, Ness.
I think Zelda's worse than Ness. Hot take
I don't think that's
from somebody who doesn't play Melee.
I think Zelda's bottom 5. I feel like I'm
Zelda
tier list.
like
Which
Zelda like only loses -1 to ICs.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Bottom 3 are Bowser, Kirby, and Zelda.
oh
All the
really?
most recent tier list.
I knew it.
Pichu's Nair is a pretty good move, and that's it.
Pichu's 22nd.
That's
Ness is 23rd, so bottom 4.
Oh,
I was
so I have. Have you guys seen the video on YouTube of the unsolicited DK pick or something where there's like
What?
there's this entire scene for Melee where some of their top players just have a secondary DK that they'll just pull out of nowhere just to fuck around.
DK's
And
not a
they'll
bad
just-
character.
And they'll just win.
Apparently.
They'll just win tournaments with it.
DK's like
Like
arguably better than Ganon.
they're straight up
I think
just
he
like
is.
a Fox main. I don't remember where the scene is. It's either like northeast or like west coast. It's like two opposite points.
So
I'm not
that's
sure
like
where.
500 different players. That could
That's
be.
like a thousand.
I don't
different
remember
players.
where.
in the Northeast.
But
Yeah.
hold on, it was basically they
You're
have.
talking about the Donkey Kong GOAT Ringler?
It might be Ringler.
Ringler's like 33.
Ringler's just a
ranked.
Donkey Kong main. I don't. You might
He
be
used to
secondary
play. He used
Fox.
to. He used to.
Are we talking about the guy who
secondary
got top 64 at Big House?
Fox. No, that's a different guy.
Ringler?
That wasn't Ringler. Ringler's like 33rd ranked though.
Ringler got like top 32 at Riptide, I think.
Is that the
Yeah.
guy with the?
Oh, it's Chicago.
Oh.
The story of the
My
story of
homeland.
Chicagoland Donkey Kong. The story of the unsolicited DK pick.
Weird
Yeah.
title, but sure.
It's just the YouTube. It was genuinely like some random ass shit about like just Melee DK and how these players are just like BMing each other by pulling out DK out of nowhere. And it's really funny.
A good DK player's annoying. It's annoying to deal with.
Oh, I can only imagine so because
Why does that be kill you from 70 in the middle of the stage?
that and also just cargo throw. Cargo throw in every game, I swear, is just
Oh my God.
annoying.
That's the one thing he always has.
Yeah.
that's his thing.
This is bread and butter. He grabs you and he puts you on his
Except in
back
Brawl.
and then you die.
And Brawl
DK's
doesn't
tried and
work.
true.
And Brawl doesn't work.
And
'cause
Brawl
of
is a
it.
sortie.
And Brawl he's a sortie.
Which I do find it funny when there's like characters in like Smash that are sorties, but most definitely
Shouldn't be.
should not be sorties.
Brawl
Yeah.
Donkey
Wasn't
Kong
there-
has a better sword than Marth.
Wasn't there a Brawl bracket at Big House?
Yeah, there
'Cause
was.
There was like a side stream that Hungrybox was doing, and I just tuned in. It was like loser semis. It was like a Rob and a Game & Watch, and I'm like, this is Brawl.
What happened?
Well, how did we get here?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Rob's broken because he could fly.
Rob was
guys.
supposed to be like early in that game's lifespan, and even like now, Rob is considered okay.
He could fly.
He can fly.
When the game first came out, Final Smashes was still turned on, and Rob's Final Smash is just the take 3 stocks button because it lasts for like a full minute.
Y'all ever played PlayStation All Stars?
No, I haven't, but I have
That
seen
game
it.
is so funny.
I played it at like a demo in a GameStop, like when it first.
I
came.
love those Final Smashes because they are win buttons.
Yeah.
You just get all 3 stocks right there.
I just remember thinking it's crazy that Parappa the Rapper was in the game.
I forgot Parappa Rapper was in the game.
Nah, it's so funny because it's like the weirdest mix of characters. You have like the Twisted Metal like clown. I don't remember his name.
He's in the game?
Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
the game. You have Kratos, and then like Parappa the Rapper, and then some
You have
like
the Ape Escape guy.
Really?
Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
there.
What's the name of the one like stealth heist game?
Metal Gear Solid.
Sly
Uh,
Cooper.
Sly Cooper.
He's
He's,
in
in there.
Well, why would
Wow.
you? Never mind.
That's
And the thing is, they didn't like try to do a cohesive art style.
No, they're
for
just- they're
any of
just
the
in their
characters.
original art
They're just in
style.
their original art. It's so bad.
It's just a mash of different art
Is
styles. that are
Dante in that game? He might be.
No, Dante isn't in that
He
game.
isn't?
Thank God he's not in that game.
Dante's
27 specials
Yeah, I didn't realize how many
buttons he has.
Oh,
my God.
have you? You just got into Marvel?
So
you
yeah,
said?
I just I wanted to play the game because we watch it all the time. And I was like, okay, I might as well try and learn it at this point because I think I know a decent amount about the game.
You think you do, and then you start playing it.
Yeah, and then you start playing it, and you're like, wait a minute, what does Dante do? Everything. You just
whatever you want.
To be honest, some of the most fun I've had playing Marvel has been just in the training mode, just playing Dante and just learning combos.
He can do whatever he wants.
His shit is so whacked. Like the fact that you can get like 50 plus hits off of somebody that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing in the game, it's so comical.
It's wild.
He has a sword, he has a gun, he has another sword, he has little fisticuffs.
Then he can
freeze you for some reason.
I don't fully understand what he can freeze.
He can freeze you. He also has he has a guitar. He has a acid rain. He has like a homing projectile. He has a fire tornado.
And then
what
he
else?
can do an install.
And then he has an install that can make him do a Kamehameha.
Yeah, Devil Trigger. But
what else can he do?
Can we talk about time stop stuff in fighting games and how broken that is, like all the time, except for like
Axel.
That's what I was gonna bring up. I saw Axel do it once and I thought it was a glitch. I was like, wait, he can do that? And then someone was like, yeah, he can do that, but he never does because it sucks ass.
Well, the only time it's good is if you get a very specific combo route near-ish to mid-screen, so you can do double Axel Bomber into the corner so you get the carry, so you can then get the wall break off of it. But you have to get a very specific starter for the combo to work.
Axel is such a
goofy-ass character.
I love Axel. I think he's one of the coolest owners ever. But it's just like, why does he...
Strive Axel is not fun. He's
in which way? To play against or to play?
Both.
I think he's fun to play.
I've played him. I played him for a bit, and I had a little bit of enjoyment with him. The thing is, all of his buttons in Guilty Gear just don't feel right. If you were to put him in a different game, I think he'd be fine. But because it's Guilty Gear and the pace of play is so damn fast,
it's so weird.
Where either
you put him in KOF and he's crazy fun.
Yeah, but the thing is, because it's Guilty Gear and everybody's fucking flying around the screen hitting roaming cancels.
It's hard to zone him.
Exactly.
Or to zone at all.
And on top of that, with just how many movement options you have, dash blocking is broken in that game. Unless you're playing against a Happy Chaos, then you're praying to God that you can just get in at any point.
I wish there was a zoner. I was talking about this last night. I wish there was a zoner in any game that I was super interested in. Like, I always wanted to play a zoner, and I'd be like, that'd be so fun to have one game where I just play a zoner. And then every single time, I think I like, ooh, this one looks interesting. And then I start playing them, and I'm like, wow, it's way harder to keep people out than you think. In every game.
That's their design.
I know, it's like super hard, though. They make it like insanely difficult.
Yeah. I was originally actually going to play Testament in Strive. That was who I wanted to play. But the thing is, their game plan was just so damn linear that it just wasn't fun.
Yeah. Some people really like Testament. I don't exactly know how Testament works.
Basically zoning until they get like one combo starter, and then they put you in corner and just keep repeating the same bird explode mix over and over until you realize that it's not true.
Till you figure it out.
Yeah, basically.
We love low-tier knowledge check characters.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Like me, Sword Fire. Don't hold it on down.
You know what game I'm actually interested in possibly getting into?
Go ahead, shoot.
So I was watching East Coast Throwdown.
Oh, I've been watching those.
Because I've been watching some of the VODs from just some of the random games. And I've seen this game pop up a few times. Skullgirls.
Oh, my God.
It looks really fun. I know that people won't shut up about it who play the game.
Nah,
but
I don't have a problem with Skullgirls. My problem with Skullgirls comes from the... why is it so complicated?
I haven't looked at any of the mechanics. I have no clue what happens in the game. All I know is kind of team game, but not really team game if you don't want it to be, and dope-ass art style and cool characters in terms of like different shit that they got. So
Skullgirls seems like it's super cool if you have like 1,000 hours to spend.
Fun. Then I might not be doing that.
I don't think like if you want to play it on a casual level, I don't think it's super bad. Like it's fun. I've
Yeah.
played a little bit of it myself, but
Getting into it,
getting into it and actually starting to like
play.
the game, Skullgirls, even though it's still pretty active, it's a Discord fighter at this point where you kind of need other people to help you. You need resources, or you're just gonna get wiped every game. You're not gonna learn anything, and then that's the problem. If the community, how do I put this? If there were more beginners in the community,
It'd be easier
it'd be easier to get in.
because you could match up with other beginners.
That was me trying to get into Marvel, but I also did that on Xbox was where I got Marvel because I didn't have a computer. So to say that nobody plays Marvel on Xbox is an understatement, and the people who still do play Marvel anywhere play the game way too fucking much and are liberal Terminator and will just hit me once and fucking
Well,
destroy
that's
me.
their game. Marvel
Yeah.
3, that's their
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Which
love it.
the fact
also, I love LZ, but
was
sorry.
just gonna say the fact that there's like not many beginners is probably just because especially for like older fighters, like the perceived barrier to entry is so high that like people are just like, I don't really want to try to spend time on this game because I'll just get wiped every single time, which is it's just I don't know, it's kind of hard for older fighting games.
Okay, so question. I saw this take the other day. Did you all see that like fighting game opinions that have you like this? And it's like the Patrick.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah, but I want to talk about this
I
'cause
haven't seen it.
I didn't see it.
I think it's an interesting
Discussion.
question.
What's
Are older games harder, or do we just have more resources and more players sharing information quicker now?
no, older games,
Are they?
it depends.
What's
It
your
depends.
definition? Because like learning the game is probably objectively easier just because of
They're
everything's
not
there.
they're not as complicated. If you look at something like Third Strike, there's so much depth to it, but on a
All the
simple level,
base
documentation
level,
is there.
it's pretty straightforward. I was literally not last night, but like a couple nights ago, I was doing some Ibuki stuff in Third Strike, and I was like, "That's really the hardest thing
It
she
was
has."
3 hits.
It was like 5 hits,
Yeah.
maybe.
The thing is, there's a difference between how the game actually plays and how the game looks if you're on the outside looking in. Like, watching Third Strike gameplay as somebody who has never touched the game, I have no clue what the fuck is going on, and I'm not even sure how I would get into that game because I'm seeing people do shit that I'm like, and like consistent, like, what is it, like 4-frame parries or something like that?
It's much bigger. It's
Or-
like 11 frames.
Is it 11 frames?
It's
in
much
Third
bigger
Strike?
than you think.
I thought it was
The difference is actually the Street Fighter 6 parry is harder.
really.
The Street Fighter 6 parry is a 2-frame window. That's why what was it? At like Gamers 8 with Kakaru doing like, what was it, 36 perfect parries in a single set.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was and apparently in like the interview afterward, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was just like, mate, what if I try this?" And it just started working.
It is a 7-frame window.
It's a little bit tighter than I thought,
Yeah.
but it's not hard actually.
Yeah, no,
The
it
red
doesn't.
parry is hard. The red parry is extremely difficult because the red parry, from how I understand it, has to be done during a block, and it's like a 3-frame window. So
But like just watching Third Strike, it appears so. Especially watching some of like the top tier gameplay, because that's all you really see nowadays. You don't see anybody who's new getting into the game. On the other hand, you can like watch Mortal Kombat 1
watch
gameplay,
your
and you
losers
can
round
see
one.
somebody.
Scrub Crawl, you'll see plenty of that gameplay in Scrub
Mm-hmm.
Crawls, and you'll see people doing like Raiden's full like dive from full
Yeah.
screen, fully reactable, and they just get blocked, and then they go, "You're trash.
Exactly.
Your mom doesn't love you."
But
You know, like,
it's like you'll see people who play these newer games at that beginner level. So it's like, oh, I can be better than that
Yeah.
guy. I know I can do better than that. And then it gets them into the game. And because of that, there's more resources that are made available for the newer players that are trying to get into the game. On the other hand, if I were to go and want to play a game like Third Strike, there's not really many beginner resources available, but there's intermediate to advanced resources once I figure out how to play the game. However, I have to figure out how to play the game on my own.
at base level. That's beginner tutorial series are always great to have. When I'm learning Marvel now, I have that, but it's like
Marvel, there's a little bit more of that, but like,
Marvel's popular enough that people that don't even play fighting games will end up playing it.
yeah, it's
but does that like make sense where I kind of because it's not that the games are harder; it's that the barrier of entry is higher.
Yeah. I think to an extent, I think a lot of old games are like that, right? Like if you want to get into CDS2 nowadays, good luck. There's no way.
You want to try and get into Darkstalkers, my guy?
Yeah, that's hard. But I actually think the point of Third Strike, I understand it's around the same time period. It's not as difficult as you may think to get into right now, because we have resources like Fightcade, and Fightcade is an absolute godsend.
Has Fightcade been going through and like making a bunch of beginner stuff?
No, but the nice thing about Fightcade is you can just
Play.
Fightcade has ranking systems.
so
for Third Strike.
and it actually like matches you up against.
There are consistently like 700 to 900 people playing Third Strike on Fightcade at one time, and a lot of those people are like D and E rank players.
Oh,
So there are plenty of people you can play who are just like, most of them at a base level like play fighting games, right? So they'll have some knowledge of like footsies. Like you're not gonna jump in as a new fighting game player and beat them,
yeah.
but they're newer to Third Strike, or they don't actually play Third Strike and they're just like playing Third Strike for a night. You know what I mean? And so it's actually not as hard for some games. Pretty much everything that has a fan base on Fightcade is not hard to get into. But if you're trying to learn a game like Darkstalkers, where the community is smaller, it's going to be much harder.
Yeah. It all just kind of depends, like, what game, the series.
Yeah.
Because if the series is, like, popular enough, like, for example, if I wanted to go get into, like, plus R for Guilty Gear.
Impossible.
No, it's not.
Really?
Yes.
I
it's
tried.
not.
It's so hard.
It's hard, but it's not impossible because...
Axel has that move where he falls from the ceiling. I don't know what that meant.
the
I don't know what
thing
that did. I saw the move and then I closed the game. I was very like, what?
The thing is, I actually know somebody who loves plus R and actually got into it in like the past year or so,
Oh, sick.
and has basically become like their favorite fighting game basically
That's right.
from that. And you know, as long as if the game like series is alive and well, even with like the newer version, people will want to go back and see the older
Oh, I
ones.
see what you mean.
So Strive is very popular, so in turn people want to go see
Plus
Exard,
R.
Plus R,
Yeah.
Accent Core. You know, they'll go back and try and visit the old ones. In turn, people will be like, oh, there's new people that want to try out these games because of Strive. Maybe I'll make a beginner's guide. So there's at least like some form of resources
where the
available
Darkstalkers
there.
Problem is.
The Darkstalkers problem is because there's no... The closest thing that you're going to get to a Darkstalkers character anywhere else is Morgan in UMVC 3.
What that's like.
Which nobody likes Morgan.
The screen becomes you're playing a different
Bullet
game.
hell.
Bullet hell projectiles.
But that's kind of like the issue right now with trying to get into some of these older fighting games is
They're obscure.
You need
They're
people to help
obscure.
you, and that I briefly with Lunar I've tried to learn some Pokemon stuff, and we got to do that again sometime. But
which
we got to bring up.
this seems like a good transition.
Yeah, I was gonna say
actually.
let's bring
Yeah.
up Lunar's whole Pokemon history.
I want to hear Pokemon TCG. How does it work? I.e., what is your experience? How good are you? I want to hear. I want to hear the full story.
I'm good. I'm pretty good. I'll say that.
Good, very good.
But so I started. So my sisters. Well, first off, so I'm Japanese American. My mom had some Japanese Pokemon cards that my sisters had in their room when I was a kid. And like my 9th birthday came around, and my parents, they saw that I was looking at them. And like, do you just want to buy a theme deck? And I said, sure. We went to a pre-release. What pre-release is you just play the set that's going to come out as like a draft format. And my dad pulled a full art Keldeo, and his favorite Pokemon since there's been Keldeo. That's another story. That's an important story. So we went to the pre-release, we had a good time, and then we went to the Columbus Cities in 2013 when I was a 10-year-old, and I won it accidentally.
Accidentally won it.
For reference, I got this Garchomp theme deck, and I replaced some of the bad Garchomps with the cooler Garchomps I got from the pre-release, and that was it. And then I won it, and they're like, huh, well, I guess we're just might as well keep playing for a bit, since you won.
So basically, you accidentally won a turn. How big was that tournament, by the way?
So Pokemon is age divisioned because of how big it is. So the juniors age division was like 20 people at that time.
I mean, that's
for
still...
that event. So I had to play 5 rounds of Swiss single elimination into top 4 Top Cut. Best of 3. And somehow won.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I was like, huh. I
Pokemon
guess
tournaments are like
they're
Yeah.
draining.
grinds. Yeah,
Wow.
they are rough.
So you win that, and then from there,
And
you're
then
just
we're
like,
like,
fuck it, why not?
So we're like, why don't we go to Ohio State's? And then in a couple months, it's at the same venue. It's at the Ohio State Student Union. Might as well. And then I get top 8. And they're like, well, that's even weirder.
Ooh.
What do you mean top 8?
How much bigger was that one?
There was like 120 juniors.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, Lunar.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Actual competitive. You should see Lunar play any game.
Except Smash Bros.
Yeah.
You beat my ass in Smash. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Lunar can play
I
anything.
could pick up any game
Yeah.
with a little bit of
Lunar
time.
can play anything.
But,
Okay.
So that happens, and we're like, well, we're not gonna go to. We're not. So at the time, they were still using the ELO system. So at the time, what it was is you get ELO based on the people that you want. that
Oh,
you
so
beat.
there was no way in hell you were getting the world.
There's no. It was if you're high enough ranked on ELO, you're go to Worlds. And my parents were like, well, we're not gonna bother. You have a pretty good ELO though, considering all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was a universe where if I like won nationals, I went to Worlds.
But like,
You know, I had to win at nationals.
yeah.
And that nationals, I got the nationals. Pokemon at the time was much worse at organizing their events, and also at the time was free entry fee
Oh wow.
and free prizing.
Oh.
So juniors, you're 10 years old. Your parents are in Indianapolis for the town. Why don't we just stop by and hang out for the day? See if you win anything, go home, call it a day. So the juniors division at that nationals is like 300 people, and then by the end of the day, like 200 of them dropped just because they're 10-year-olds that probably were there on vacation.
And probably like didn't fully
Probably
process.
didn't understand the game or anything. They're like, we're just gonna go home. We're not having fun, but it was free, so it's whatever. So it was supposed to be top 64 day 2 because how many people entered, and then Pokemon's like, well, so many people dropped, we're just gonna not do that.
And
And I was like 63rd, so I did not get to play day 2 because they just got rid of it.
damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that started my career, and I kept playing. Notable placements: 2014, Ohio State top 8 again, Kentucky State top 4. 2015, Ohio State second place, Kentucky State champion, Indiana State top 8, Worlds day 2 placement.
Wait, you got to Worlds Day 2?
Yes.
Huh?
How old were you?
Like 12.
The what?
Prodigy.
U.S. Nationals top 16. Probably some other stuff. I have four 2015 city championship trophies.
Okay.
2016, I won Ohio State finally.
Yeah, what are you doing with your life?
2016, I finally won Ohio State after second place for 2 years.
So I'm just a failure, I see.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, and then,
Whenever Lunar starts talking about this, I'm like, wow, I really am not good at much, huh?
Yeah.
2017, I won 8. So at 2017, they changed the circuit. So before 2016 and before, it was free entry fee, free prizing, whatever. 2017, they're like, we're gonna spruce it up a little bit. We get prize money, but there's entry fees now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more on the tournament organizer to organize things, and Pokemon doesn't just send them free stuff.
Which is a good thing.
It was a good thing, but at the time there was a lot of pushback because the entire community was used to just show up, play, go home.
Yeah. So
And also at the time, a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh players were like, "Oh my gosh, prize money! These Pokemon kids have no idea what's going on," and then they show up and they go 0-3 drop. So 2017, my parents were like, "We don't really feel like spending a bunch of entry fee money. We're just gonna go to our local stuff." I won. They changed it from cities to league cups. I won 8 league cups.
Just casually won 8.
Only 8, by the way. You only could get points from 8. They didn't have trophies there anymore. It was play mats. I'm kind of upset about that.
how many playmats do you own?
I have like 2 shoe boxes. They're
Jesus
all
God, wait, I didn't know about that.
they're all like champion or top 8 or top 4 or participant or whatever. And then 2018, I got Worlds Day 2 top 32. One yeah, a bunch of stuff. Also, I forgot 2016, I got 9th at Fort Wayne Regionals. It's Swiss, so there's a possibility you get 9th, but you should have been top 8.
Huh?
before we move on, tell us about your Pokken competitive history.
yeah,
and
so-
Wait, you play Pokken?
So
kind of.
that's the I'd finished day 1, I finished day 2. My dad was typically doing judging or staff or like volunteer stuff, so we got more free stuff and like free travel and stuff. But I don't have anything to do all day, so I'm just gonna go play the Pokken free side events. And I got a lot of free stuff from that too. Yeah. And then my parents were like, why don't we just buy you the game when it came out on Switch? And I'm like, sure. And I grinded that, got like top 500 with breaks in.
Bro.
Breaks in the true guard breaks in that game, by the way.
We played a little bit.
You were very upset.
So, I wasn't upset about Braixen. Braixen was the problem.
Braixen was fine.
Braixen was fine. I was upset about Weavile because I get put in the corner
and I start mashing.
and he starts mashing buttons and I can't do anything.
But it's always correct.
Bro, I played fucking Pokken on the Wii U. I had like 2 hours in that game.
This is only tangentially related. We're only talking about TCG right now.
Yeah.
2019 Worlds Day 2, a bunch of other random locals. And then COVID happened. And then 2022, I only went to one event, okay? U.S. Internationals. This is my first event as a master, so the oldest age division. And context behind this, in Columbus used to be one of the biggest hotspots for Pokemon until like prize money started. And I would basically go to the local and beat all the masters. beat up all the adults. And then I was like, finally I get to play as a master instead of having to play as a stupid junior or senior. So I go to this event. Day 1, I start off 7-1 and then lose to the next best player in the room for round 9. So I'm going into day 2 as a 7-1 record.
Oh my god.
Also, I got double streamed, and it's not like Smash Bros. It's pretty. You get a stream on accident a lot of the time. It's pretty easy to get on stream for like a fighting event just because there's so many more matches and so they take so much little less time.
You can get on stream. There's so many
Versus
stream
Pokemon
matches a day.
It's Pokemon. They have their name on that. They want as good entertainment as possible. I got double streamed at that event in Swiss. Not even top 8. And also the deck I was playing to that event was one of the least popular decks in the time, which is why it gets streamed so infrequently. And the fact that they're willing to stream that deck twice.
Yeah.
This deck was like a scrub killer. A lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh, I don't understand why it's so good. We should just ban it." It was like one of those decks. it wasn't like Steve though. It had very, very, very clear weaknesses.
And where did you finish that?
60 seconds, $750 prize money plus 2 booster boxes. It took them 2 years to give me that money though.
2 years?
Talk about that part.
Didn't you get it last year?
I got it fine. I got it in the spring.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that.
I've gone wrong somewhere in my life.
Yeah, you should have been competing in Pokemon.
I should have been competing in Pokemon. Damn,
Also,
man.
I played Pokemon VGC at the same time because it typically would be the day 2 of the event because it was like a pseudo side event for the longest time. I got a VGC invite, Worlds invite in 2015, 2018, and 2019.
That's wild.
Also, I got top 16 at U.S. Nationals 2015 in VGC.
Lunar, how much time did you spend playing Pokemon every year?
I'm like a 10-year-old. What else am I gonna do?
True.
What else am I gonna do?
Truing.
The fact that you're over here, though, making fucking competitive VGC teams in the year of 2015 when it was hell to do so?
Yeah, well, no, don't tell my parents. Well, my parents know at this point. I did just hack it.
You did just hack it? Oh,
Everyone
okay.
did. It was undetectable at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nah, never mind. Okay, I
Don't tell my mom. She'll be upset.
I don't actually feel bad now, or I don't feel any hate anymore now, because I was like, Jesus Christ, how much time did you just have on your?
To segue back to the Keldeo thing about my dad. My dad loves Blastoise. He loves Keldeo. Blastoise's gimmick in the trading card game is you just vomit a bunch of energy on the board and then insta-kill them. The problem is you have to get the Blastoise down and not lose before the Blastoise comes down.
So
So my dad loves this type of deck. He loves Blastoise, one of his favorite Pokemon. He pulls the full art Keldeo. He's like, I gotta use Blastoise Keldeo. It's just meant for me. So he's been playing Blastoise Keldeo for the entire time it's legal. 2015, the card comes out called Archie's Ace in the Hole. And basically, you could just put Blastoise down on the first turn, hypothetically. Hypothetically, though, because you have to play every card from your hand and get a Blastoise in the discard, and then play Archie's Ace in the Hole as your last card. So it's like, it should be difficult, right? That's the problem. My dad spends... So my parents, they want me to get a good education. that my dad spends every single day, night, morning, evening, testing this Archie's Blastoise deck to try and make it as best as possible so it always gets Archie's on the first turn. And then I'd always come home and my dad would say, "Do you have any homework?" And I'd say no, because it's like 6th grade, you know. I said, "I don't have any homework." And he'd be like, "Okay, let's test." And this goes on for like 2 months straight until Kentucky State's 2015. It's so bad. My dad worked at home at the time. He would take, when I was at school, he'd have my mom sit on the floor in his bedroom where his office was, and they'd play testing matches while my dad was on phone calls.
Jesus Christ.
It even was like one time I came home and I was like, "I do have homework today." He's like, "Well, we got a test."
What do you mean you have homework?
You never have homework. I was like, "It's due like next week, but like I probably should get it done because I don't forget about it because we test every day." He's like, "Well, we can do it now." You can do it later.
Bro was grinding, dude. Holy.
And then
Okay.
so we go. The story continues. We go to Kentucky State's. My dad goes 9-0 in Swiss.
Jesus.
First seed in top 8. This is his first time ever top 8 in an event. The nerves get to him in top 8 though. He doesn't win. He doesn't win the event. He could have won the event though. That's all I'm saying.
Christ.
And then Jacob von Wagner, important name, comes up to my dad and is like, "Can you explain that to me? I saw you're playing, and then the game was over in 10 minutes. What happened?" And so he lays out the entire deck list and explains every single card and exactly how to play it. 3 months later, Jacob von Wagner wins Worlds with Archie's Blastoise.
Isn't that wild?
That's so cool.
It's such a neat story.
And the funny part about that is, for 2015 Worlds, hindsight, I should have just played that deck, but I didn't. I don't know why.
Wait, so you're saying that you could have won 2015 Worlds if you had played that deck?
I had both the Worlds winning deck and the deck that beat the Worlds winning deck built. Because I was in the same household that deck came out, so like I figured out how to beat it with a rogue deck that would beat also everything else. So I had the deck that won Worlds and the deck that won Worlds twice. That had the potential to win Worlds again.
This is fucking crazy, dude.
The TCG meta comes from this household.
Yeah.
No, like unironically, yes,
Yeah.
it does.
That house just formulates the entire meta.
Yeah,
What
and then Archie's Blastoise became like a relevant meta definition for expanded until 2019.
Jesus Christ.
It didn't have Keldeo in it for the longest time, but it still had the Archie's Blastoise engine with the whole battle compressors and versus seekers and 20 energy on the board. GG's, shake my hand. I outplayed you. Should have gotten lucky. I don't know what to do.
I've gone somewhere wrong in my life. I got a bad stat roll or something. I feel like
I allocated in the wrong, like, I need to focus on turn-based. What am I doing with these?
Yeah.
my D&D roll, my dice rolls just didn't add up. Like, clearly something
My
got-
luck stat is low.
You didn't
Yeah.
you didn't min-max for Pokemon.
I didn't min-max for Pokemon, clearly.
The funny thing about Worlds was my dad was volunteering as like pseudo security. They were very low key at the time, and there was finals. They were playing it on the stream. My dad was in the crowd, kind of like making sure no one fought each other because he's kind of a big guy. And then there was a guy that was next to him in his peripheral hearing. I was like, "How is he gonna play Arch? How is he gonna get Blastoise on the first turn?" And my dad said the exact order of cards before the match even started because they saw the hand on stream. He put it down. The stream starts. He does the exact order of cards and puts Blastoise down. The guy's like, "How do you know that?" And he's like, "Oh, I have my ways."
Just doesn't even say, "Oh yeah, I'm the one that built that deck." Just doesn't even like mention
I
that.
have my ways.
I have my ways. That's so ominous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it like did he use the exact deck list that your dad gave him
There
to
was
win Worlds, or were there a few changes?
There were some tweaks, but like there was like the same 55 cards. It's 60 card
Pretty
deck.
cool.
Christ.
Competitive Pokemon's wild.
And
The
then
amount
I-
of effort people put into this.
And then I played that deck to 2016 Fort Wayne Regionals and got 9th.
Is that bad? I don't know.
That's bad because if I
damn.
was a little bit luckier,
Then never
I
mind.
got top 8.
Oh no.
God, I just need to start grinding more fighting games. I need to do something with my life, and fighting games seem to be the only thing I'm good at right now. So I'm just gonna.
I mean, you've been grinding Valor recently.
It doesn't mean I'm
You've been
good at
grinding
it.
what?
Valorant.
Oh no, don't
I-
put yourself through that.
Trust me, I know I shouldn't be putting myself through it, but at this point I can't stop. I'm too deep.
Yeah, that game is a.
What did
a
you
curse.
did you used to play Val?
What?
Did you used to
I
play
played it when it came out. Yeah, I also played I've probably played most of the games people tell you not to play. I played League for a while. I played R6. I played. Yeah.
Did you have
yeah.
R6.
I played Smite. I played. What else have I played? Oh, I played CS:GO.
CS. Yep.
So pretty much everything that people tell you not to do, I've done at some point.
Hey,
so.
R6 was fine at the beginning.
Was it?
It
No,
was.
he's right. He's right.
It was fine at the beginning, and then they added a bunch of bullshit to the game that made it overly complicated and hell.
They also
And
are
also
not
just-
creative enough.
Yeah, they're not. They
Because
just
remember Thermite, it was like, oh, you can get through the barricaded doors now. That's so cool how you can do that with Thermite. And then they added, what's her name?
Hibana
Yeah, and she just does the same thing, but she's like, but you can do it from
smaller
a distance.
and at a distance.
And at a distance.
And then they added Ace.
And Ace
Oh,
does
hold
the
on.
same thing again.
Sorry. No, then they added Maverick,
Oh, I
who
forgot
does
about
it
Maverick.
even smaller, but on top of the wall.
He does it on top, and he got the little weld gun.
The little
and he goes,
blowtorch.
Yeah.
Which, can I just say, when that character got released, that fucking blowtorch was silent. You could not hear it. It was fucking bullshit.
I love. I will never forget the noise whenever you had the. I haven't played the game in so long. I can't remember these names. The guy who would stick the thing on the wall and go
Fuse.
dunk, 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 dunk. Most terrifying noises known to man.
You know what the worst thing was? Or if you're on attacking, and the worst thing, and you have one of those on your team and it's hostage, that is the single worst sound to hear.
Oh yeah.
The amount of times I've lost hostage games to a fuse just blowing up the fucking hostage.
That was me. Sorry, I
That
played
was
Fuse
you?
for a while.
Damn it.
I got the game on Steam in late 2020. Played 15 hours. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I stopped playing the game. I uninstalled it. I was like, I couldn't understand it.
I stopped trying to play the game seriously, and I had a ton of friends who also played it. So we ended up getting up to certain little gimmicks. During I forget, it was some kind of anniversary map. They had the entire floor was wood. So what we ended up doing...
Was it the one where you could shoot through the floors and you could just straight up drop through?
It's the one that was themed after being an esports arena, where you would have
the
the
Stadium.
One
Yes,
it was Stadium. When they first came out with Stadium, and so what we ended up doing was one of us would play Valkyrie, and the other one we would just have a bunch of people with C4.
Oh,
And
you
so-
guys are assholes.
So
I already know what you
all
did.
we would do is I would play Valkyrie, and I'd put the cameras, and we had names
Just on site?
for all the locations. So I'd be so people would walk over the wood floors, and we'd be bomb off at C5, and then just blow everyone up from underneath them. And we just did that for hours. It was so fun.
Fuck you guys. But also, that's really funny.
That's really funny.
I hate and love you at the same time for that.
It's so goofy. I love R6.
So when I started R6, I started when Maverick came out. So I started pretty late. But God, that game got so much bull. I still play it.
Lion.
I still play it somewhat.
Lion is so funny.
Lion's dumb as hell.
I played Lion.
Well, I was watching R6 Pro League. That was what first got me into R6.
Was Lion
watching
out at that
Pro
point?
League. It was when Lion was in the game and fucking
Before he
ruining
got-
the
before
meta,
he got
before he
nerfed?
got banned. No, before they just outright banned him from
forgot they
Pro
banned
League.
him.
They banned him for a year from Pro League before they did a rework.
They finally figured out how to make him okay.
He still was broken when he came back. He was still getting played all the fucking time.
That's because it was so, playing Lion is the funniest thing, because all you have to do is you just have to listen. You're like, oh, there's gunfire. Set it off. And then
No, all
now
you
you
have
can
to
see where
do-
everyone is.
All you have to do is just play Dokkaebi in combination with Lion and then with a
Dokkaebi.
fuse. So the thing is, if they started running, because original Lion was actual wall hacks. Remember?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so funny.
If you don't know, when Lion originally came out, he would hit his button. You would get what was it, a 2-second timer, 3-second timer?
It was, I believe it was 2 seconds on launch.
There
or
was a
something that.
2-second timer, and then all of a sudden it's just fucking noise would start playing in your headphones. That's the worst brown noise bullshit you've ever heard in your life. And if you move at all during it, you are literally outlined in red.
You're outlined in red on the map.
Through walls.
And everyone can see you.
Everyone can see you. So, and there wasn't a counter to it. Literally nothing in the game stopped it.
You just wait or die.
Yes.
Wait or die.
I love all of those abilities. I love Dokubi setting your phone off, and all of a sudden you just get your phone set off, and everyone knows exactly where you are.
The thing is, like, now there's like counters to those, like in Vigil.
They've
mute
introduced
jammers.
so much.
Mute jammers actually work against Lion stuff now.
Yeah.
I just find
That game is so funny. I love it.
R6 is a game that I don't think should ever be taken seriously. But the thing is, it's
absolutely not.
it's built to be taken seriously, so
That's what
so
makes it
ironic.
It's because everyone's trying so hard, and then they take it's.
No, do you know what the funniest shit is? The first time that I played R6 in like over a year, the first time I hopped back on it, I grinded ranked for like 4 days.
That's terrible,
Hit
yeah.
plat. I hit plat without having played the game in a year. And I know people that were playing the game and hadn't hit plat in fucking like 2 years after grinding for forever.
If you take it too seriously, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
You'll always be, this applies to any competitive game. The more you're enjoying it, the better you'll do. Pretty much always.
I've not been enjoying Val. That should tell you how it's been going recently.
You shouldn't.
If you don't enjoy it, why are you committing time to it?
Yeah, literally.
Because I signed up for stuff and
Oh, that
Do
makes
you're obligated now?
well, I signed up for the intramurals teams for it. And then
so now you have to.
I'm also casting Val for
Oh, that's fun.
varsity.
It's fun to
esports.
cast.
It's been fun to
Casting
cast.
is so much fun.
Casting's been
I love commentating.
casting's been
Yeah.
so fun.
Bro,
I've been
we
loving
want to
doing that.
cast Smash so bad, but they don't stream Smash because of the stupid
Yeah.
collegiate.
Ooh, this is
rules.
a decent transition actually. You just Miami Evo. We're probably gonna have
Yeah,
casting there. So
we are gonna have to. We were actually probably gonna throw that. Oh wait, it's not even. We won't be able to advertise it. So because this will be
We
coming
advertised
out.
it like 2 episodes.
Yeah, we did advertise it, but not. We
It's
won't be
been
able to
over.
on this one
But-
because it's already will be over by the time this
yeah,
gets
Miami
posted.
Evo comes this recording. It's this weekend.
Any predictions?
Predictees. Hold up. Let me pull up the
Any
bracket.
predictions as to like random like player entry that we don't expect to just suddenly like show up like the day of the event and just like enter out of nowhere?
Okay, so I checked. I was in the Mailer Ultimate bracket, and there was someone named like Disguised Panda 101 I didn't recognize. I was supposed to be playing against, and then I just
that's
to-
alumni. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Well,
Oh,
just
I see him, yeah.
well, just today on the Miami 2027 story, someone said if anyone there plays like Siege, add me. My gamer tag is Disguised Panda 101 or something. I'm like, bro, there's no way this is the same guy.
I don't
Like
know.
that'd be crazy.
I thought it was an alumni. I guess not.
Maybe not.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
Any chance that Doorstop is just like, yeah, fuck it?
Doorstop loves our events.
Might have a free
But
weekend.
they're not signed up though, right?
Not currently, no.
Well, you're not even signed up yet.
Oh no, I'm signed up.
Did
I
you?
did sign up.
Did you?
I signed up for everything except for Melee.
Real.
I might drop out of SF6 because my controller.
They have controllers
Sign up for
that I'm
Melee.
sure that they'll let you.
I am signed up for Melee.
I know
Tyler signed up for Melee.
Am I
I'm
signed
not
up for
signing
Melee?
up for Melee. I don't have a GameCube controller.
Just
We
borrow
have
one.
games.
Use
We have
Melee.
like 6 GameCube
I
controllers.
have
at club.
3. I have 3 games.
Oh, you do have 3, don't
Play
you?
Melee.
Yes.
Go.
I don't
to
really want
have
to
a
play Melee
decent
though because I don't
Well,
really
you're gonna
want.
play an ultimate player round 1, and
But,
then
like-
now you're both not gonna know what's gonna happen.
But like, I need a chance to like eat between brackets. You know.
Melee's at like
Yeah.
12:30.
Yeah, so it's like the perfect time to eat.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
eat
If you're
before.
playing everything,
Eat
then.
before. Eat before, and there's a dinner break. Like
Yeah.
it's built into the schedule.
But there's probably gonna be a doorstop spawn, and if you
There might be
bored,
doorsteps on it. I don't see anyone here that I can see making a surprise. round.
everyone looks like
Mindless
they do
man.
their
Mindless
Mindless
man.
man. Mindless man.
He seems
He's seated like 10th, right?
He's seated
No, he's
appropriately.
seated lower now. He's seated to play as of this moment, which will probably
Please
change.
don't
He's
be
seated
me.
to lose to Addy round 1.
Yeah.
And I
really hope
think
Mindless
that's
Man goes
right.
far.
I think that's like a
Who do
50-50.
I have to play round 1? I need to see this.
I can look for you.
All right, I would appreciate that. Basically,
I'm
just
the-
tell me if I'm getting my shit stomped.
Hey, you're like the 3rd lowest seed.
You're playing Hollywood. You're probably.
Am I getting my shit stomped?
You're gonna,
Awkward.
Great.
Like, you know how Brendan
Mac.
like, doesn't let KO punch rip?
Another fucking little mag?
You're in Cincinnati. There's
That's
like
the
18
reason.
How
of
many
you.
damn little mags are
Yeah,
here?
you got
Turtle Mac was supposed to be bad.
There's 3 coming to this event.
Yeah, guys, just don't let him touch you. You'll be fine. Just back throw him off stage.
A
Fucking, like-
character with KO punch can't be the worst character in the game.
That's so true.
You can't have a move that just kills them.
I fucking played against Pooter, who was like
Oh,
the
we love
first like
Pooter.
good little Mac I've ever played against, and I just got my shit stomped. I
Pooter-
didn't know what to do.
Pooter beat me in a
Smash on
to Smash on it. That's like a -3 matchup for Mac.
I
Mac can win like anything.
the thing is, I played Sephiroth against him initially, and I'm just like, I can't space.
That
He
seems
just runs in too
hard.
fast, and I switched to Cloud. And even Cloud, I know the meme is just swing sword, but like, you can't. He's
It's
too
trample.
fucking fast.
He's so fast.
Like
If he punches the sword, he wins the interaction somehow.
at this point, I'm just gonna play Lucina strictly for that matchup. Fuck it.
Hit him with the Mac Ditto. That's a pure luck Ditto. Did I press F smash first, or did you press F smash first? We're about to find out.
I might do it.
I think there's-
I might actually fucking do
There's
it.
4 little Macs at this event.
4.
Brennan, Hollywood, 1, and Pooter.
Is one coming?
Yeah, 1's coming.
I didn't even know that.
Brand new
Bro, I haven't
registration.
played Smash in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to start practicing.
Is Afterglow not?
After
After
Brennan,
Brennan.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know
Yeah.
real name. Might be.
Yeah, we were just.
Damn.
I'm not smart.
Afterglow in my game studies class with me.
Mm.
We were live tweeting the one presentation. It was funny.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
saw that. That class is terrible. That class last year, I remember doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't learn a single thing.
Yeah. You just 2 YouTube video essays. That's all you get it.
Yeah, pretty much. I can like. There's probably some white guy who's made like a video.
same
about,
class.
Yeah, it's the
The
same
same
class, but in an hour.
What is it about exactly?
Intro to game studies.
Intro to game studies.
Oh, they're straight up like. Have you ever seen? There's this channel on YouTube called like Game Designers Workshop or something
Ah, I
like
know what you're
that.
talking about.
Yeah, that basically goes like over like music, like
It's
literally
the guy with
every.
the drawing, right?
I think so.
He's got like his little art style, and he's sitting behind a podium, and he's got his arms moving.
That's extra
And-
credits.
That's never mind. I'm
No,
thinking of
that's someone
credits.
different. Yeah. But basically, he'll go through and he will explain like every part of a game and like how to properly use it, like where to use it, and he does like his own game jams and stuff for people to kind of
that's fun.
compete in. I don't remember his name, unfortunately, and I wouldn't be able to find it on YouTube because
Shout outs to video essay people.
I would
Yeah.
just watch
We need you.
Nakey Jakey, bro. He's my favorite, bro.
you know what? I say we just watch Danny. Oh, wait, he doesn't post anymore.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, Danny.
Danny.
Oh yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is that man ever gonna like show back up anytime soon?
Carlson has to come out at some point.
I want to play Carlson. It looks so much fun. Because it looks like Titanfall. If Titanfall actually
Oh my God, I
continued.
love Titanfall.
I love Titanfall.
Episode
By the-
Titans.
Is that whole thing about?
Titanfall 3, like, true?
Yeah.
I don't think
probably
so.
not.
Yeah.
Knowing EA, no.
I hope it is, man.
I hope
That
it
was my
is.
childhood. was
I love
2.
Titanfall.
Playing Titanfall 2 for hours.
Titanfall's so much fun. But
No other shooter will ever come close to that.
Speaking of EA shooters, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
Let's not talk about.
Garden Warfare. I love Garden Warfare, dude. I love Garden Warfare.
Oh yeah, go through what's
Unrelated
going
note,
on right now.
Yeah, so the mod tools for the PC version of the game just accidentally have been leaked for like 3 years now. So you just kind of ban whoever you want, and it took EA till like 2 weeks ago to be like, wait a second, our game is unplayable. So
Activision, when they realized that you can literally get all of your credit cards stolen just by playing an old Call of Duty.
So the game was unplayable for like 2 months, and then just like 2 days ago, EA's like, we fixed it. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's
Sorry."
fixed now?
Yeah, it took them
Oh,
2
nice.
months though. Two months if you log in, you get permanent banned off EA. It wasn't just Garden Warfare. You got banned off all EA platforms.
Oh, shit.
All EA
I used to grind Garden Warfare, bro. That was my first shooter game because that's the only one I was allowed to play when I was like
Yeah.
11.
Oh, but have you guys seen the stuff where if you were to play any COD game from Infinite Warfare or earlier on PC, you could potentially be putting yourself at harm in terms of like
Is
your
this
computer safety.
current?
Yeah, it's still current. I think it's still
I don't
happening.
know.
I used to play Plutonium. I don't think I affected that, did it?
Plutonium made it safe, but because Activision went through and shut down all the modding scene for all the old CODs, basically it made it so that you can't play the old titles safe anymore. Because basically people were able to go through and inject malware into any copy of the
wild.
game, basically. As long as if you hit online, you are at risk of having like all of your shit stolen off your PC.
The
I
Garden
used
of
to
War,
play BO2
it was
Plutonium a
similar.
lot.
That's good to know.
And
Plutonium.
basically, because Activision went through and took down all the mods that made it safe to play the game, the only way that you can play any of the old games is like on some form of console, because console is safe as far as I know. I haven't heard anything about
But you
that.
said
but
Plutonium's safe though, right?
Plutonium's dead.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
I still
didn't
played
know.
it like a couple months ago.
Plutonium got shut down with the rest of the mods, I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think it did.
I don't.
think it did.
Does Plutonium still exist? I
But
thought they
I'm-
got shut down.
give us
I have a friend that
Google.
still plays it.
I might be wrong then. It might still
Because
exist.
all this is just custom servers.
Oh, if it's just custom servers.
SM2 got shut down.
If it's just custom servers,
I'm
then
so sad SM2 got shut down, bro.
yeah, SM2 getting shut down sucked.
I
But
hated that.
okay, Plutonium is safe. Plutonium's fine.
Yeah.
Plutonium does exist.
I used to play BO2 in there a decent amount.
But yeah, but the thing is, on top of that, Activision is still selling all of those games at the full $60 price tag without giving any warning that you could be putting yourself at risk by playing online.
Some of those PCs, PC ports are so bad sometimes, dude.
the Garden of Warfare 2 one was fine until you were like, well, if I log into EA, there's like a 20% chance I just get banned off of every EA platform forever.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to be logged. If you were logged into the game and then logged out, and you clicked online once and then logged out, because your profile still said playing Garden of Warfare 2, you were still a target.
Wow.
That's how bad it
damn.
was. And then all of your plans for zombies, all of your CODs, everything deleted.
If only, Respawn would make it so that Titanfall was playable.
It is.
Oh,
It
did they
is.
fix it finally?
Titanfall 2
No, North-
recently had a revival.
Well,
by
I know the
Respawn.
North Star
Yeah,
stuff.
just play North Star.
But
North Star's so good.
did
No,
North
Respawn
Star.
fix it?
Respawn fixed it. So the
So I can play
Yeah,
Titanfall 2
so
on
Titan-
Xbox?
Titanfall 2 recently. So if for those of you unaware, Titanfall 2 had a huge cheating problem, and Titanfall 2's solution to the huge cheating problem was putting everyone who cheated into their own little server. So all the cheaters got to play against each other,
Well, that's fine.
which is pretty funny. But then you realize the only people left playing, a lot of them were just cheaters, and then the servers started getting backlogged, and then there was a bunch of problems with this.
And then the people who were cheating all got together to then just shut down all the Titanfall
So
2 servers.
There were a bunch of problems with Titanfall 2 servers. Recently, Respawn kind of refreshed. I don't exactly know the full what happened to it. I was actually playing it
a couple weeks ago.
a couple weeks ago. I was playing it online.
Without North Star or anything
No,
like that?
I was just down. I had the game on PC, and I was playing the game on PC.
It was fine.
And it was fine.
So when I go home, I can play Titanfall
You can play Titanfall
2?
tonight. Actually,
I
the game
don't
reached,
have it.
The game reached record numbers 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago of
I didn't.
concurrent players.
I didn't hear
It
about
was
this.
all over
Wouldn't
Twitter.
it still be better just to play on North Star though? Because wouldn't it be better? I don't know.
mean,
No,
it's like fully fixed.
yeah, it's fully fixed. There's no problem.
So I can actually go when I go back home
tonight.
for break. I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it here?
I
When
don't
you
have
go
it
back
here.
home for break, you can go
I
play
can
Titanfall
play
2.
Titanfall
I have
on my
Titan-
Xbox.
Yes.
And
I have Titanfall on my Steam account. It's like $5.
It's like $5 on Steam, too.
this makes me so happy.
Just buy. There's gonna be like a
Like,
sale.
actually,
so happy.
just buy it on Steam, because please support the game so we potentially
Yeah.
get a Titanfall 3.
I'm.
It goes $5.
This
$5
brings
on
me
Steam
so
for
much
something.
joy.
It was really fun.
Like,
I had a
yeah.
great time.
I love Titanfall too.
I haven't been able to play Titanfall in 2 years at this point. Like,
Oh, it's been so much longer.
well, in terms of because when I had first gotten into starting playing Titanfall, I just played the campaign.
Yeah, gameplay's good.
It's probably been longer. It's probably been close to 4 years at this point
Yeah.
since because
that feels about right for most people.
well, I think the server started getting bad around 2021 was when everything started shutting down in terms of servers. But the game started getting bad in terms of cheaters around 2019, early 2020.
Yeah,
I
that sounds
think.
about right. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
believe. I just remember I was playing the original Titanfall. And then those servers started getting fucked. So I moved over to Titanfall 2. And those servers were safe for about 6 months. And then those servers started getting fucked. And now I haven't been able to play the game in 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a PC until literally this summer. So I couldn't play on Xbox because obviously...
I mean, you could probably run Titanfall 2 on your computer, right?
I'm not sure. I'm
You
not
definitely
sure.
You could run Apex.
You definitely can.
If you can run
Oh, if
Apex,
I can run
Apex.
Apex, yeah, I
you have no
could.
problems.
I also have a fucking laptop. Or I have it technically in my bag over there. I can show you after we're done
I have mine in
recording.
my bag
But
over
it's a It's a XPS 13 Plus is what I use to play games on.
I'm not.
It's a
computer
Dell.
smart guy.
It's a Dell computer.
It's a thin and light.
Whoa,
It's a thin and
whoa.
light.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's an ultralight. And
An
I'm able
ultralight?
It's an ultralight, and I'm able to run Val on like low to medium-ish graphics at 120 FPS.
And you can run
That's
Apex.
And I can run Apex.
He tried to play Halo Infinite, but then it started crashing.
Halo
No,
Infinite
there's no way
started
you're gonna run
crashing.
Halo Infinite. I'm still never. I'm a huge Halo fan. I have no way to play Halo Infinite.
Really?
Nothing.
Really?
Still haven't played it.
I mean, Halo Infinite isn't
played on
that good.
Steam.
You're not missing out.
No,
on much.
I
It's
realized.
got a lot better. It's like a lot better now.
I'll be honest. I don't care. I'll keep
Yeah.
playing Halo 3, Halo 2. Whatever.
I just
And
know
on MCC?
I need
Or
to.
just
Get,
like MCC or original?
Just original.
I
I
need-
have the Master Chief collection, so
I
yeah,
need to
that's
get
something
MCC. I haven't gotten MCC
I have MCC
yet.
on PC. I,
just,
haven't played it in a long time.
'cause
Reach multiplayer on MCC was so fun.
Reach is such a good game.
I love the Halo, dude.
My
Growing
first
up
experience
playing
with
that.
Halo was MCC on PC.
Was that the first time you played it?
Yeah, because we're always a PlayStation household. I ran an Xbox.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
never
rough.
played Halo.
It's rough.
No, growing up with Halo was so interesting. I remember
Yeah.
it was like 3rd grade, and I remember having talks with people, and it was like Halo 4 just came out or something. And I remember people being like, yeah, if you beat the game on ultra hard, no hits taken, 100% accuracy, Master Chief will take his mask off. And
Nah.
it was like the childhood playground stuff with
It's like Sonic and Melee.
yeah, it's like Sonic and
Yeah.
Melee. That's what we would do. And I believed it. I was like, there's no way. And so I tried. For hours, I tried.
It never happened.
And do you know how hard that is? You can't miss a shot.
Which game?
Halo 4.
Oh, 4? Okay, I was about to say if it was like 2 or 3 lasso, I'm like, no way in hell you're doing
You
that.
still can't on 4. It's legit impossible.
4, really?
No hit,
I-
100% accuracy,
or
ultra
well,
hard mode.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good luck. Okay, get back to me when you do it, okay?
To be honest,
Actually, when Master
I-
Chief takes his mask off.
Send me the clip.
I have played Halo 4 a grand total of 1 time, I think, in my life.
I love Halo 4. I know people
um,
don't like it, but
I don't have an opinion on it because I haven't played it at all. But I know like Reach is mine. I love Reach.
Reach is good.
Reach is my favorite Halo.
I like them all.
I think my second favorite Halo game, which is kind of surprising, is ODST.
That's not a surprise. That game's goated.
Well, I think a lot of people forget that it exists.
I played ODST for the first time. I was like, this is wild. This feels nothing like any of
It's
the others.
nothing like it doesn't feel like Halo, except it feels like Halo.
It feels like Halo. You know what I mean?
There's not like a better way to describe.
We had the little mini map with the enemies on the map, and you're like, I can stealth around this. I got this. You know what I mean?
Nah.
It's so
And then
cool.
one of them just turns around and you get fucking shot in the face.
It's so cool. Playing as someone who isn't a Spartan is like one of the most interesting
I
experiences.
didn't actually end up finishing that story mode as a kid, and I'm still sad
I played it
about
with my brother.
And the thing is, I don't know where the disc is gone.
So,
I don't know where the disc is. I hope that gets added to MCC at some point.
ODST?
it is on MCC.
Oh, it
on
is?
MCC. It's
Yeah.
been
Oh,
on
that's
MCC.
even
That's where I played it. Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even more reason
only-
for me to get MCC.
the
I'm
only-
getting MCC like this break.
Yeah.
I am
It goes on sale for like $10 on Steam a lot.
hell yeah.
But the only
not
Halo
bad.
game that isn't playable on PC is Halo 5.
Which who really wants to play Halo? 5?
Hot take, I like Halo 5. I'll
I
say
have-
it.
I will. hold on.
I have a friend online who's a
Hot-
ride or die for
You
Halo
play
5.
you play Halo 5 Warzone? That is the most fun I've ever had playing Halo.
So to be honest, the most fun I've ever had playing Halo was Halo 5, but it wasn't like Warzone or anything like that. It was me and my friend. We would hop on Xbox Live, fucking party
Yeah,
chat.
yeah.
It was just 2 of us, and we would play fucking Halo 5 Infection for hours on end.
So fun.
It's not even that good, but it's
It's
just
so
funny.
fun.
It's funny because you would get like shitty ass Forge maps in the rotation sometimes, and you would be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I remember playing like Warzone, and what you do is I don't remember the names of the maps in Halo 5, but there was this one with this giant ass building with like 3 levels to it in the middle, and all I would do is I'd get with some friends and we'd get a warthog, and then we'd put everyone on the warthog with like just assault rifles, and we drive all the way up the levels of the giant ass building, just shooting off the
Just
sides
fucking
for
drive
hours.
by
And we would just drive by people and we run them over, and it was crazy.
I miss old gaming, man. I miss like when games tried to
Gmod.
be fun and not like
Yeah.
just money.
I mean, everyone says this, but it's probably just nostalgia.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot of it's just nostalgia. But the thing is, I don't know. I don't even think like
Because
the
people are gonna say this about Valorant in like 10 years.
No,
I
people.
don't-
Yeah.
There's gonna be kids that are gonna be in college age. They're gonna be like, man, I miss when Valorant was cool.
Yeah.
I miss
It's
I miss
still
when we
valid.
could play the good old days of goofing around in Fortnite. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I
there-
mean, the thing is,
You just
I won't
grow
lie.
up.
you grow up.
You grow up, you're
I
busy.
do kind of miss the days that I could goof around in Fortnite and it not be like the sweatiest shit imaginable.
I love
Fortnite.
so much.
Remember last year when we played Fortnite for like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Just it was Jake, me, Lunar, and Justin.
Sometimes LJ.
Sometimes LJ and
LJ
What a squad.
and we would play Fortnite, and we got so many Vic Roys.
With their bots.
Were
Yeah,
you-
don't
get-
tell
We
anyone.
we didn't get crowns for any of them.
After chapter 1, it became so much easier to win a Fortnite game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we didn't get crowns for any of them.
I,
So
I still
did.
remember.
we got one crown, I think.
No, we had crowns for a while.
No, we didn't.
You can go back on our
On your
Twitters
stats.
on our Twitters and look up like Vic Roy. Or Vic.
Yeah, but if you did the emote with the crown, it'd say 0.
Shut up.
Um,
Let me have this.
I still remember last spring, me and my brother had like re-downloaded Fortnite just because we saw like the zero build mode had come out, and we're like, fuck it, why not? We'll mess around for a bit. And my dad downloaded the game to try and play with us, and he was like, "Oh, we won!" And me and my brother were like, "Dad, those were bots." As I
Don't tell him.
and
Let him believe.
no, he had 0 kills. He couldn't hit a shot. He didn't get a kill.
My goat.
He went down to bots.
My goat. My dad asked to play Street Fighter 6 this summer because I was playing in my
really?
room. And what?
I said, really?
How did
Yeah,
that
yeah,
go?
he said-
Yeah.
So he looked at the menu and he was like, "So what do I do?" And I like, I just talk him like, "So these are your attack buttons." And I was like, "You're probably, because you don't really know what you're doing." I just showed him the heavy buttons and I was like, "This is what you're doing." I'm like, "You can pick whoever you want, left and
You
right."
should have.
move."
You should have told him to play dynamic controls.
It does it for you, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does play the game for you. And I forgot about that actually. And then I was like, so he's like, "So who should I play?" And I was like, "You know what? You pick whoever you want to play. I'll give you guys 2 guesses. Who did he pick?"
How old is your dad?
My dad is 50.
Was it JP?
No, it was not JP.
Was it Marissa?
No, he played Zangief.
Oh, that was gonna be my
yeah.
third guess.
I was gonna guess Zangief.
Damn it.
I was gonna
And
guess
then,
Zangief.
so he played Zangief, and all he did was the forward heavy kick, where he does the giant bicycle kick, because he
Yep.
was just holding forward and mashing heavy kick, and he won, and he goes, "That wasn't that hard." And I was like, "You go, Dad." That's what.
I was. Geef was gonna be my last because
Yes.
I figured it was gonna be one of the like big characters, and I figured either
Yeah.
A, he likes the look of JP because he thinks he looks swaggy.
He does
B,
look
he likes
cool.
Marissa because Marissa is
She's cool.
Yeah, I play Marissa personally. I find her funny.
I'll give you 3 guesses. Who did he play in Smash?
In Smash.
The one time we played, there was one character he picked.
Which game?
Oh, it was Ultimate.
Okay, so you said he's 50.
He's 50.
Okay, so
At
he's
this time, he was like 48, but
yeah.
same.
So he's an older guy.
Was this
so
like,
he likes
like,
the classics.
when was this? Was this like middle of DLC or is this like?
Let's say it wasn't a DLC character. I'll give you that.
It wasn't a DLC.
It was
character?
not a DLC
Did
character.
did he play a lot of Nintendo games growing up or anything? like
No,
that?
he did not have a game console growing up.
Oh, so he doesn't know shit about video games. Basically.
He knows like some of the faces, but
But like he doesn't actually.
if you showed him Link, he probably wouldn't know who Link is.
Okay.
Just based off of the Zangief pick, was like Bowser?
No.
Okay.
Is it like complete opposite or like still in line with that? Or like
He likes cool, like
Cool dudes.
just cool.
So Cloud.
cool?
Cloud?
No, he
No,
probably would hate
that's
that
a
animation.
fucking
That's
anime
2 guesses
character.
down.
Damn it.
guesses
two guesses?
down.
What
You
are
think
you
he's gonna like
doing?
animation?
that's a cool character. What
He's
do you
cool,
mean?
but not
That's
to a
not
50-year-old
anime.
man.
For a 50-year-old man, that's like a fucking edge boy.
Okay, no, disregard my guesses.
My dad thinks
Okay,
you
we'll
got
we'll
three.
keep it down to 1.
Tell you get 3. You get 3.
All right. Am I getting 3 or 1?
You get 3. You get 3.
Okay. So my 3 would be Ganondorf.
No,
No. Okay.
that is a good dad pick though.
That is a good dad pick. Then cool characters. Yeah, Snake
That's smart, but no,
Snake.
no, that is
Um,
another good dad character.
and Ridley. Ironically,
No, it was not Ridley. It was Samus because he said He looks like
Oh.
Iron Man.
You see, I didn't warp the logic enough to follow it because I'm stuck in like my own head of like what I know about the characters, and I'm like, wouldn't be Samus. That's a girl.
Samus is
And
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that.
He thinks he looks cool.
Exactly.
Samus has like blasters. It's like
What a
Iron
cool
Man.
guy. It's like Iron Man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are like getting close to the end of this here.
Okay.
Well, I had one thing about Pokemon cards I wanted to bring
go
up.
ahead, real
So I how old? I was like 12 or something, and my aunt was just like, "Hey, I used to collect Pokemon cards. I have like 1,000 of them. Do you just want them all?" And then she just gave them all to me, and I have not looked. I don't think I've looked through all of them still. They're like just in my room.
You gotta
It's just-
sell that shit on eBay.
Yeah, that could be.
I went through some of them. I think the rarest card I saw was it was like a Charizard Z, but it was like there was 2 Charizard Zs that came out in the same generation, but the one I had the lower value one. It was like goes for like 130 on TCG Player, but like
pretty high.
I'm assuming the max value of that box, no offense, probably like $200.
yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know there's a line
Maybe.
there. It was mostly from Gen 3, 4, and 5. Was probably what it was.
5 cards are mostly worthless. 4 and 5 are like, unless you hit like the jackpot of competitive retro cards, it's like pretty much worthless.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of value in there. It was just pretty cool. There was some like giant big cards, but they're all like bent like crazy.
Oh, they're all
Yeah.
bent. No, you can't get any of those
Well,
jumbo cards without them being
yeah.
bent.
Yeah.
They don't get packaged well enough to not bend.
Yeah, but it was just still a cool find. I wanted to bring up. Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you guys for coming out today. We really appreciate it. Any shout outs you guys want to make? Any places people can follow you? Stuff like that.
So I'll go first. First of all, shout out to my fighting game friends back home. You guys are great, and thanks for getting me into the genre. And then you can follow me on Twitter at the SemiStable, DA, and then SemiStable, caps on the S's. And then subscribe to my YouTube, Coincade. We play random fighting games every once in a while.
You want to subscribe right now?
Hell yeah! I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
It's mostly stuff on Fightcade, so it's Coincade, kind of like arcade, but just without the AR and without coin.
I think people could spell coin cage.
I'm just helping. All right, and now you go ahead.
I don't really have any particular things other than like a lot of the Pokemon community has always been nice to me, except for
Right, Ben
the
subscribed,
New York
bro.
people. The
My goat.
New York players don't like the New York players don't like me for some reason. But I don't know
Ooh,
why.
okay.
And then you can follow me on Twitter at LunarLight0532 because that used to be my Discord hashtag, but that's gone now.
And one last thing, the leakies every Friday at
Hopefully
most
every
Fridays.
Friday.
most Fridays.
Most Fridays.
Sorry, sometimes we don't feel like it. At Maple Hall, Miami University.
We don't get paid, so that's why they're not every week.
And then Smash in Honor every
Smash in Honor
Saturday.
every Saturday.
That is consistent, except for this.
Except for this
Typically.
week.
Except for this
Miami
week 'cause
Evo.
Evo, but
every
that's-
Saturday, 1 p.m. Is the start time for Ultimate, and then 2 p.m. will be the start time for Melee if you're interested in that.
Engineering building, second floor. I don't know the room number.
270.
270.
And then same room, Engineering Building 270 every Wednesday, 7 to 10 p.m. We have Smash Club. It's pretty fun. Everyone comes down, just you play friendlies for 3 hours and
Get camped out by Biz and friendlies.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
we love. We flip kick all over. We're running away, Joker gun.
And do you, are you entering any like Pokemon events coming up?
There's nothing around here, and I don't have a car, so.
That's fair.
I feel that.
Also,
Yeah.
I didn't bring any of my cars to campus with hindsight of I don't feel like having $2,000 worth of liability in my dorm room,
Yeah.
which is I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
well,
non-students can come to Smash Club. Screw you, Nintendo.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today.
you.
Hope you guys have a good day, and be sure to tune in next week. Words.
See you next week.